Hello, fellow homebrewers. JP here, and I want to introduce to you the brand new Brew-Built X1 Conical Series available at More Beer. More Beer sells the highest standard in homebrewing equipment, and the Brew-Built Conicals are just that. They're made from mirror-polished 304 stainless steel, and they come with loads of features that you and I have been looking for. They have a full 2-inch bottom dump valve, which will eliminate your clogging issues, while the sturdy base includes 4 reinforced legs, just like those big pro tanks do. More Beer also carries the Brew-Built line of options and add-ons like casters, pressure kits, and even external glycol chillers. So you can find out more about the new Brew-Built X1 Conical Unitanks by going over to morebeer.com for detailed videos on the entire line of Brew-Built Conicals. You can trust Brew-Built with your next fermentation, and you can trust More Beer to find the right conical for you. Brew-Built at morebeer.com.
Due to some technical difficulties or sheer drunkenness, we're not sure which, the first part of this episode did not make it into the archive. Therefore, we will abruptly start the program for you right now. Here's 7 stills on the session, brought to you by morebeer.com.
There are flavors. There's different flavors, but if I say I don't like them because it looks terrible, and then you tell me I'm closed-minded, then you're kind of just doing what you accused me of. Anyway.
Well, the one benefit of these cloudy beers coming out of the Northeast is that they're so non-shelf stable that they won't even make it to this side of the country.
That's
so
true.
They can stay over there.
It's like
fine.
people cellaring IPAs.
Right.
Yeah, it'd be great. I got this fresh IPA. I won't drink it for 6 months.
Yeah. I mean, I bet one of those cans, the next day, it would taste different than the day it was packaged.
Oh, totally. It has to.
And maybe you could even say that if it stayed refrigerated, but if it didn't, if you let it warm up and then cool back down again, I guarantee you there would be some damage done there.
Of course.
More so than if it was a cleared beer.
There has to be. So I did see some guy on Twitter. He was like, oh, dude, I'll fucking totally send you a bunch of these beers. Cool. Look, I'm totally willing to try them. I had Heady Topper. I thought it was full of diacetyl and full of haze, and I didn't like it. I thought it was actually pretty gross. Mm-hmm. So you guys can have all my Heady Topper. I don't really care. Anyway, this is from Mark. He says, just a quick note to say screw you guys. Thanks to your awesome programming, when the new guy started at work and I discovered his name was Doug, I immediately pictured that fat old bastard from Society in Nutters. Well, I don't know if Doug's old, but he's fat. This now happens every time I hear his name mentioned or see him at work. With a name recognition like this, why do Society or Sosote or Socrates, or however it's pronounced, not sponsor the Brewing Network? That's all I wanted to rant about. Keep up, Mark. Sent for my Atari 6400. I agree. I don't know why Doug or Moby don't want to come out and hang out. I don't know.
Right? Yeah. I mean,
give us some money, dude.
They should sponsor us.
I think they should too. This one's from Greg Newswanger.
Newswanger?
How much shit do you think he got as a kid? Hey, Wanger.
Yeah. What's the news, Wanger?
It's Newswanger. So what's going on with you guys at NHC, and what about the BN anniversary party? I'm trying to get my plans together for my first conference and wanted to give you guys some high fives and nut shots since you'll be on the East Coast. JP, keep up the good work while Justin is doing whatever the hell it is he's doing. And maybe if you guys scale up the font on Beardy's script for the closing show, he will make it all the way through without stumbling. Beardy, I believe in you. You will make it through eventually. Just picture everyone in the room naked. It's not fair. I think Beardy did a fine job last time.
Didn't I almost make it through last time?
No, you made it through completely last time.
Yeah.
You've been getting progressively better.
Right. This time I might even have some extra time.
Maybe. Who knows? This is from Mark. He says, Dear asshats, I will lay it out straight. I love you guys, and I hate you all at the same time.
That's not nice.
No, but it's true. It's how I feel, too. You have helped a lot in my brewing, blah, 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 but mainly your entertainment skills and the shows keep me coming back. Like that moron Justin said, there's no point in delivering the info if it isn't memorable. Wifey, meanwhile, thinks you're all tools, but she's a tad soft in the head. Great rack, though, so I'll keep her around for a while yet. That's not me. That's him saying that. The only thing she has actually absorbed from your shows, and the reason why I hate you all, is the goddamn Four Loko song. She's quite the fan of retro hip-hop, and is now the official song on her goddamn iPod. The kids are even singing this crap. Screw you all, from Mark.
I go loco for
Loco for them locos. Hey, man, you're welcome.
Yeah. Sorry, not sorry.
Absolutely sorry, not sorry. I think this is
what was that? Oh.
Whatever.
Wow, that's a long intro.
I think they've changed it. Now this is like the official one.
I don't remember this version.
They felt like they needed verses.
It was a lot happier.
I know, it was a lot happier. I don't understand what happened.
Well, they took the caffeine out.
Maybe they did. Oh, I don't know. The kids these days, man. I think there's like 800 official Four Loko videos. You can't have more than one. Then it's not whatever. Sorry. Mark goes on to say, P.S. Suck it, Beardy or Doc or JP. Someone suck it, please. It's been so long since it was.
It has been a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
The next one, good day from Perth. Just wanted to say it's been refreshing hearing JP as a host these last couple of weeks. He brings a fun, nervous energy to the show I enjoy. Justin really does sound over it these days. Does he really smoke cigarettes now? Be in skeleton crew for life, Mikey.
How'd he know it was going to be a skeleton crew?
Wow, he's like a psychic.
He's like a psychic.
I think I just saw a ghost walk by the window.
Maybe. That's true. I like how he's backing on. Oh, man. Mikey. Perth. You're the only Australian that I think I can tolerate, Mikey, so good job. Come up here, I'll buy you a beer.
Just from one email.
It's from one email. This is from Tom. He says... This is related to the most recent Pizza Port episode where JP was interviewing AHA governing committee candidates. After plugging through the AHA site, I was curious why there wasn't any officially sanctioned competition software out there. I know there's some listed on the BJCP site, just as I can find some with Google searching. However, it seems that everything is barely above pen and paper, or is fairly hard and complicated to use. Maybe the expectation is that a homebrewer must cobble their own software together if they don't like the other options. Since the AHA has some resources and brew clubs are more their domain than BJCP, would it be fair to ask the candidates to bring up in the governing committee, Justin's once-a-year meeting, he politely points out that the AHA provides such resources to clubs who'd like to use them. Otherwise, have fun on the Labruski cruise, Tom.
So if we can't do that, just have fun.
Apparently, yeah. Just didn't forget about it. That's a good... I mean, I don't know, man. Brewing software on the BJCP site. Yeah, I mean, just use Beersmith. That's what pretty much everybody uses.
Is he talking about...
Is that what he's talking about?
I thought he was talking about competition organizing software. Like some sort of software for them to be able to handle all the score sheets and everything.
I see. I read it as officially sanctioned competition software, just like... entering your beers as far as recipe formulation. So you think it's like? I
think he's looking for just like a management program.
Okay, that's
which
a great
would
question.
be a good idea.
Yeah, just a database you can download or whatever.
Yeah,
that's
or just
not a bad idea.
Website backend that you can set up to where people can just digitally submit their recipe and entry information, and it just all is done. Would be a great idea.
There should be, man. I've run a couple comps before, and it's a pain in the ass. There are a few people out there, maybe if you post on the forums, who have their own deal that they've done through. I think Jamil even has one, maybe that he wrote, or I think Harold Branson maybe has one. But poke around on the forums, Tom, if you want. If you're going to start, doing your own competitions, man, that'd be cool. It'll definitely help out.
Yeah, I know a couple of the bigger homebrew competitions that I've entered. Even this is years ago, had online entry and everything. It was all digital, and so it's out there. I just don't know.
It's definitely out there.
You just might not have to find the right person.
Yeah, exactly. This is from Thomas. He says, "You don't suck. Keep up the great work. I tried to replicate the campfire stout from Highwater Brewing, but failed miserably. Do you have any tips on how one would incorporate s'mores into a stout?"
So I would brew a stout, preferably a good one.
Okay. Listen, Thomas.
And then take a bite out of some s'mores, like make some s'mores at home. Mm-hmm. And then while you're chewing them in your mouth, drink some of the stout. And then just mix it all together.
Oh.
Nailed it.
Fucking nailed it,
wow.
Bev. Good work.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Then we have a couple more, and then we're going to talk to Aaron. He says, this is from Daryl. He says, "Yo, bros."
Yo.
I can feel my hat bill straightening as I read that. Yo, bros, not sure if anyone's straightened this out yet, but that douche from Whole Liquor Brewery, I don't know what that means.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. Did a piss-poor job of representing the New York Farm Brewery license. Most of the, quote, farm breweries aren't on farms. Breweries with this license are required to use a certain percentage of New York-grown ingredients. The proportion is graduated increasingly every few years. It's an attempt by the state to promote local ag business. There are tons of hop farms and small maltsters popping up. Unfortunately, a bunch of shitty beer is also seeping into the marketplace. But there are some standouts. Thanks for what you all do.
He's talking about that article that we read.
Daryl Bush. Okay.
That was a beer news thing.
Oh, okay. Whole Liquor Brewery. I'm sure that's not his name, right?
It was the farm brewery. We were saying like it's farm to table beer.
Yeah, there was like 90 farm breweries in the state, but this guy's saying that most of them aren't actually on farms.
Right. He was saying that it has to do with just sourcing the ingredients, seems like.
He says, P.S. Why is JP so nice to everyone when Justin is gone? I can't answer that question.
JP's always nice.
Look deep into your soul for the answer for that one, Daryl. This is from Massimo. He says, hello, Justin. I've been listening to your Brewcasts for a few months now from the beginning. I'm into your 30th birthday. Happy birthday. Still have 9 years of Brewcasts to go. I like we can hear Bev off mic through the, quote, soundproof glass laughing.
Oh, that's because that bitch is old.
I love you guys, man. You're like family. Not sure what's happening currently on the show. I'm in Cupertino until March 15th. I would love to meet you guys. Any chance? Please let me know the show schedule. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Massimo. Hey, man, we're at the Hop Grenade right now, so come on down.
This is my last show before I'm 30. That's weird.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Wednesday is my day.
You're getting old.
I know.
Can't wait to see that terrible beard of yours all gray.
It happens overnight, right?
It does. Just you wake up one morning.
Great.
Spencer writes in, he says, this past weekend I drove 4,000 miles from Georgia to Denver and back to deliver beers for judging at the World Beer Cup. Although I was a bit bummed out there were no new episodes while you guys sunned yourselves in the Caribbean, it gave me a chance to listen back into the archives a lot. I've recently started Brewing Pro, and the knowledge I've learned from the Brewing Network has been a great asset. He said ass. During my 4,000 miles of solo driving, I did a lot of soul searching and realized I've been leeching info from the Brewing Network for far too long, and I'm kind of a douchebag for doing so. I've never financially supported the BN besides the shirt I bought at the GABF and a little bit of Amazon shopping, so I've signed up as a private in the Army. Wish I could donate more, but I'm a brewer now, and let's face it, broke as fuck. Keep up the good work. Cheers, Spencer. And he gives his phone number, so if you guys want to call Spencer, he's at 191. I'm just kidding.
Thank you, Spencer.
Yeah. And then last, finally, but not least, sorry, it was a long feedback, man. We were gone for like 800 years.
Weeks.
Chris writes in. He says, I just want to take a minute to make a correction to the feedback read during the Pizza Port show involving Fatheads and Mike Cole. For those of you who haven't heard that show, Matt. Matt Cole called in from Fatheads. This was the day after the Bistro Double IPA Fest, and he won a silver, I think it was.
Something.
And he just wanted to call and rap about that and talk to us about brewing a killer double IPA.
Right.
And I thought, great, that was cool. That was also the Half Moon Brewing Company show.
Right, exactly.
On the BN website, the Fatheads was listed for an in-studio show on 2/8 for an entire month. Then last minute, Half Moon Bay was changed to that date without any explanation or notice. Dude, come on. Just get over your life for a second. That's why there were some people angry about missing out on 3 hours with one of the country's best brewers in Matt. It wasn't just a listener being a dick for no reason, although it was a bit of an overreaction. Also, Matt explained on his call that due to the Super Bowl, it was too expensive for him to fly out as planned. However, in response to the listener's feedback, JP made it sound like Matt just wanted to call in to gloat about his bistro win when he was actually scheduled. I did not. This guy's insane. I'm not going to read your feedback anymore. Anyway, he blah, blah, blah about we want Matt on. I know, Chris, and I appreciate you writing in, but you're reading a little too much into things, man. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
He might have been right.
Nobody thought Matt was trying to gloat. Nobody thought anything weird. Everything's fine. And that was feedback.
That was it.
That was it, man.
No spam? Our spam folder was empty?
Our spam folder was empty.
Wow.
Yeah. So let me jump on the call here with Aaron. Aaron is from an awesome company called Brew Jacket, and I've been talking to him for a little bit, but he finally has his Kickstarter campaign up and running here. Aaron, are you with us?
I sure am. Hey, JP.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Doing good, man. Thanks for having me on today.
Yeah, no sweat. You know, it's you're going to be our only source of homebrew info here for the for the show, and we thought, hey, man, let's push your Kickstarter campaign a little bit.
Sounds great. Sounds great.
Why don't you take a couple seconds and let us know what the Brew Jacket's all about?
Sure. So we started a couple years ago making the Brew Jacket immersion, and it is essentially a solid state temperature controller. It's a full system that allows you to get to lager temperatures in a normal house, roughly 35 degrees ambient. And over the course of a year or so of this thing being live and in the houses of brewers all over the world, we've been getting a ton of feedback on design, capabilities, and so on. And the biggest piece of feedback that we got on the original Brew Jacket Immersion was that people just wanted the ability to heat as well as cool their beer.
Yeah.
And which makes sense, right? It's the winter. Most of the U.S. is pretty chilly. Really, all the northern hemisphere is pretty chilly. So, being able to keep beers above 65 degrees and using your 001 can be a bit of a challenge. So, so we started, maybe a year or so ago, just working on revisions to the original Brew Jacket Immersion, and just last, it's been just about a full month now since we launched the new Kickstarter for the version that also heats.
Wow. That's a great addition, man, because that is people want to do that free rise, or I guess it's not a free rise, but you force it. You want to push that yeast and to finish out a little bit, and you give a little goose, man. Get a little goose the temp a little bit.
Absolutely. Doing your diacetyl rest, you need to move out of the lager cycle out of the primary and bring it up into the rest, and that requires a little. Either with our current system, we had to either really untie that jacket and allow the heat from your environment to do that, or you can just, with this new version, you can just touch a button and the thermal cycling will reverse, and we'll be able to pull the heat from your ambient environment and push it back into your fermenting beer.
I love it, man. And it can pretty much fit any carboy type vessel, right?
Exactly, yeah. We fit just about every fermenter on the market under 8 gallons, and that includes conicals. The only fermenter we don't fit into is just the traditional glass carboy, unfortunately, because that neck size is just a touch too small.
A little too small.
A little too small for the rod to fit in.
Okay. Well, hey,
I've heard that before.
Yeah. Warren reads a lot of websites, and so he read that somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what's the Kickstarter all about? You sound like you got a good product here, man.
Yeah. So the Kickstarter is just a way for us to get all of that raw upfront cost out of the way, and we're actually throwing some pretty good deals into the mix to help people to help incentivize them to support the campaign. So we're looking to raise $65,000 on the Kickstarter campaign for principally for re-engineering the injection molding. The plastics on the very top. Since we're changing the circuit board, we need to also expand out our injection molds, and those can be pretty pricey.
Yeah, injection molding is super expensive, right? You got the initial mold, and you got all the tests to send back and forth. That's a pain in the ass.
Exactly. So it's a long process. It takes a couple of months, and we have to make sure that our final circuit board fits correctly into the injection mold, so we can go back and forth a little bit on that. So our final delivery on these units is projected to be September of this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm stoked about it, man, because I have like 3 fridges in my garage, and they take up a lot of room, and then they soak up energy. Yeah. But this thing, I think, is pretty awesome, man. You just it takes up no more space than your carboy.
Exactly, and that's something that was really powerful for for the first set of people who initially encouraged us to go ahead with the project and make the original Brew Jacket Immersion. I mean, we just have a ton of apartment brewers in the world, and I myself was an apartment brewer for 10 years or so, and finally, just last year I moved into a bigger house, and I finally have space to put a chest freezer, but it's been 10 years, and unfortunately, temperature control is just so massively important to the output of your beer that without it, I mean, you simply cannot be assured that your beer is going to turn out as you've designed. So ale yeast produce a ton of heat, and the ability to eject that heat from your fermenter really can be the dividing line between an award-winning beer and one that's some flaws in it.
That's more homebrew than award-winning. So it sounds like you and your friends were kind of complaining about it one day, and they're like, "Hey, Aaron, you're a nerd. You're a big giant nerd. Why don't you make something cool like this?" And you're like, "I can do that."
That was more or less exactly how it went. Actually,
I was there. I was right behind you at the bar.
Exactly.
It was amazing.
My brew buddies at the time, one of them went off to launch his own brewery in Athens, Georgia, which is pretty hot number right now in the Southeast, and I kind of went off on this hardware route.
I like your Brew Jacket video on Kickstarter because you show a couple of the earlier prototypes, and the one you have now is pretty slick. It's much better than some of the other ones, man.
Yeah, it was a long time coming. We had some Frankensteins to begin with.
Yeah.
You got to walk before you can crawl.
That's true.
Reverse that.
No, I think that's right. Well, especially after drinking a bunch of well fermented beer. You walk and then eventually you're crawling to the toilet, and then your wife goes again, and you're like, I know, I'm an idiot. So where can we find more information? Just on the Kickstarter.com and search Brew Jacket.
Yeah, either you can do it that way, or if you just go to brewjacket.com, we've got a huge link for it right on the top of the page. You can't miss it. We've got 3 days left in the campaign. We're closing on Wednesday now, and we've got a couple of pretty awesome specials going on. So the normal retail for our cooling unit is $2.99, and we're actually doing club packs. So if you get 3 buddies together, you can get them for $1.99 a piece.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're really trying to get this thing out to as many people as possible and get as much good beer being produced by apartment brewers once more.
Thank you.
Yeah. Of course.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Maybe Dr. Homebrew beers will be a little bit better. I'm just kidding. I can't wait to try to play with one of these things, man. I think it's you got a good idea.
We're getting you one very, very soon.
Oh, nice.
So once this campaign is over, probably in May, we're going to have some review units coming in with our final PCBs coming in, and we'll be able to get some out to you guys.
Are you, as someone who just has fairly recently graduated from carboys to a 14-gallon conical, do you have any plans in the works to step it up a little bit to where the larger fermenters can be accommodated?
Yeah, definitely. So one step at a time, really. So we're really working on.
Well, I heard that you can walk before you crawl. So
exactly right. Yeah. So we should reverse that and just go ahead and start with the 200 barrels.
Yeah.
And then just kind of scale back from there.
Right.
No, so we've really wanted to make sure that everything we're producing is as perfect as we can possibly make it, and to add a lot of extra features right on the beginning. We knew, when we were originally talking to people with the cooling only unit, everybody really wanted heating at that time, and we really were focused on creating the very best cooler that we possibly could before complicating things a little bit. So we're finally at the point where heating is making sense, and then next step will be bigger fermenters.
Awesome.
All right, Warren. Yeah. Warren, wow. All right, Aaron, I'm thinking, is Warren going to say something else? I got you confused. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to insult you, Aaron. I apologize.
Right, yeah.
No worries.
We have guests on. We shouldn't be insulting them.
Yeah, I know. All right, Aaron, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Of course. Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, bud. Take it easy.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
All right. Yes, Bev. Yeah, I know we're doing that right now. All right, we're up for a break here.
Oh.
When we come back, the fellas from Seven Stills are in the studio. They're in the studio right now.
They are.
And we're going to hang out for a little bit. We're going to get a beer. And then we're going to talk some whiskey. And I'm really stoked about this.
And maybe even the Twitter game.
Maybe even the Twitter game. It's the session. We'll be right back after this.
You're listening to the Brewcasters. Brewcasters on the Brewing Network. If you don't know Yeastman, you're missing out. White Labs Yeast Manager, Yeastman, is available free to any brewer. Yeastman is your direct link to White Labs' yeast production facility. Yes, you can check yeast availability, and yes, you can place an order, but Yeastman is much more. View yeast quality control and analytical reports. See your big QC Day entries and reports. Get access to the entire White Labs catalog, specials on overruns of freshly made yeast, and customized options for your account. Yeastman is the only real-time online ordering in the business connected directly to factory production. Yeastman is always on and always live. It's the largest online marketplace for specialty brewers' yeast and related products. Visit yeastman.com today and tap directly into White Labs production facility. Gonna brew? Yeastman to the rescue.
The 21st Amendment.
Watch out!
Do you like beer? They make beer.
Watch out!
Do you like friends and fun? They make friends and fun.
Watch
Do
out!
you still like to have a good time? The 21st Amendment.
Watch out!
The 21st Amendment in San Francisco, located at 563 2nd Street, 2 blocks from the building where baseball is seen and played. Try their beers in the pub or try them in the can, featuring
Monk's Blood.
Made with real monk.
Watch out!
So why not have the best time of your life? Go to the 21A and Sean O'Sullivan will personally greet you with a can of
Monk's Blood. The 21st Amendment.
Watch out!
This advertisement is not in any way affiliated nor associated with the 21st Amendment Bar and Pub, nor its subsidiaries or affiliates. This telecast is not copywritten by the 21st Amendment for the private use of the Brewing Network. Any use of this telecast without Jamil Zainashev's consent is prohibited. Suck it, JP.
The 2016 HomebrewCon is coming. June 9th through 11th in Baltimore, Maryland. Be a part of the biggest and best homebrew event in the world with thousands of homebrewers from all walks of life. HomebrewCon is open to anyone 21 and older who is a member of the American Homebrewers Association or Brewers Association. Not an AHA member? Don't wait. Register now. The AHA is dedicated to promoting the community of homebrewers and empowering homebrewers to make the best beer in the world. Social packages and full conference registration is available now. Enjoy seminars from industry leaders like Sam Calagione, Stan Hieronymus, Jeff Larson, Paul Sangster, and Drew Beecham. Visit the Homebrew Expo for the newest and best in equipment and ingredients. And don't miss Club Night, the biggest night in homebrewing. Register today at homebrewcon.org and join the Brewing Network in Baltimore for all the fun at HomebrewCon. Marin Brewing Company in Northern California has been making award-winning beers for more than 25 freaking years. Today, I want to tell you about their new 12-ounce cans of Mount Tam Pale Ale. The good stuff. Mount Tam is bright gold, 5.5% ABV to keep you feeling good, and has been winning awards since 1989. If you're visiting the Bay Area, get your butt out to Marin Brewing Company. They pour tasty beers and serve great food every day until midnight. Come in for a tour, stay for the food, and pick up a 6-pack of cans of Mount Tam Pale Ale to enjoy at home, camping, biking, or whatever the hell you do. Owner Brendan Moylan has this to say about Marin Brewing beers.
It's freaking awesome.
Marin Brewing has won more than 100 gold medals in international competitions. Check out marinbrewing.com for all their award-winning beers, food, and merch. Marin Brewing Company in Larkspur, California. Award-winning taste, refreshing finish. It's freaking awesome.
Brewcasters are back. 888-401 beer.
Whatever.
All right, everyone. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm pretty stoked, man. We have Tim and Clint. Why am I so loud? What is going on right now?
It was really loud out there.
Dude, I'm like blowing my own eardrums out right now. Anyway, we have the guys from 7 Stills in the studio with us here. How you guys doing?
Great. Good. Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, no sweat. Sorry you guys got in a little bit of traffic.
Yeah,
that sucks.
Drive. We got in all of the traffic.
Really?
Yeah.
You soaked it all up for us. You guys, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate you guys taking the big hit so we don't have to later on.
Why didn't you BART?
Probably would have taken another 3 hours to get home after this.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Warren with the hard-hitting questions.
Right. Well, that's what I'm here for.
Hey, guys, after the fact, why don't I give you the scenario? So you guys...
it's really loud out there, if you couldn't tell by the feedback.
Warren, God damn it. I know. I can't do anything about it right now. We're trying to do this thing.
Okay.
I'm melting down because Warren likes to point things out. So how long have you guys been around, man?
We've been in business for about 2.5 years now.
2.5 years?
Yeah.
And are you guys from the distilling, world, or are you guys just beer fans and you just wanted to get drunk real fast, or what? How did you guys jump into distilling?
Yeah, I'm personally way more into beer, but
okay.
Yeah.
You're way more into beer than okay. And Clint, are you the whiskey guy? Is it your fault?
Yeah, I'm more on the whiskey side of things for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Did you go to school for distilling? Is it because like a lot like beer, right? You can kind of just cut your teeth at home, or maybe read a form or two, and then you go, hey, I'm going to open a brewery. But I feel like distilling is a little more involved than that.
I kind of disagree. I think it's pretty simple. Yeah.
Really?
I mean, it's kind of been the same as just like home brewing. We've just started from just playing around and kind of cutting our teeth, like you were saying, with distilling.
Okay.
Yeah, we actually started by just buying a little 10-gallon still off of, I think it was like hillbillystills.com or something.
No. It's even simpler than that. It was whiskeystills.com.
Whiskeystills.com. Whoever got the URL for that is like, I'm a genius. I'm going to sell this. Yeah, totally nailed it. Yeah. Whiskeystills.com.
And then sell nail polish.
Right. Hi, I'm Whiskey, and I have my own line of nail polish. Yeah. Well, so if you're the whiskey guy, how did your interest in doing this thing on your own begin?
Well, I kind of had a mentor.
Okay. Everyone does. Everyone has the weird old grandpa who goes, here, try this. It'll make you feel better.
Yeah, it was this guy that's actually the same age as me, and he's gone on to be kind of prolific in the whiskey world. He actually just came out with a book called A Glass Apart. His name's Finn O'Connor.
Okay. Wow. Of course it is.
Yeah. Super Irish.
Right.
But he taught a whiskey decal, which is a student-taught class at UC Berkeley. I was his roommate, so I was just around it all the time.
Okay.
And then actually at one point, we lived in a cooperative house. At one point, we tried to push through.
Where was this? I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you off. Where was this?
UC Berkeley.
The co-op house in UC Berkeley. Okay, great. Okay, got it.
And at one point, we actually pushed through some funding, because the co-op has funding that is allotted for certain projects.
Okay.
For still, but we never actually built it. But things were pretty serious back then.
Wait a minute. You scammed the university system for money for a still that didn't build?
No. So each house has its own board. It's run by the students, so it's college kids.
Oh, okay. So they don't know any better.
No.
And you were like, I'm the smartest one here. I'm totally gonna work everybody to further my education in the spirit world.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Not becoming a medium,
not becoming
a distiller,
becoming a large. So you got the money, but you never built the still. What happened?
Sadly, no. It was just a little too complex, you know, for somebody that lives in a dorm.
Yeah,
I didn't have the tools.
You didn't have the tools, but you had the desire. Have you ever run anything on a still before?
Before that, no.
Okay.
The first time we probably ran something on a still was 2012. Does that sound right?
Yeah, it might have been beginning of 2013, maybe 2012.
Yeah. After you officially got your license, I'm sure.
Oh, of course.
Right.
Yes. So, how did you guys hook up then? How did the beer guy hook up with the distiller?
Well, we actually both went to UC Santa Cruz together, and we lived in the dorms at freshman year, and then we ended up getting this big house for our sophomore year with like 8 other dudes. And he was one of the guys who lived there, and then we split ways for about 4 years, and then I ended up moving back up to San Francisco because I was waitlisted to go through the Master Brewers program at UC Davis.
Okay. So you were a beer guy.
I still am a beer guy, more than a whiskey guy for sure.
Damn.
Master
Brewers.
We just kind of hooked up again just because we had gone to college together.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And did he run this program by you? Like, hey, look, dude, I want to set up a distillery. And you're like, all right, cool.
It was his idea.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it originally didn't even start because we wanted to start a company. It was just because I was like homebrewing, and we had this idea to start distilling some of the beers that I was homebrewing. That's kind of where it launched.
Okay, and that's kind of your target. That's what you guys do. So you take beer, not just the wash, and we would normally think of whiskeys or whatever. Is you have the grain, and you basically do a mash, and then you take that and you Do you ferment it first? Explain to me the process.
Yeah, so the idea is that
I just drink it. I don't know. I don't know anything.
Yeah,
good man.
To distill it, you have to have some alcohol to distill.
Okay, right.
So the process for all whiskey starts with like a low quality beer. So they basically just take malted barley and they ferment it.
Okay.
So we kind of figured that the crossover was between the way beer was made and the way that the wash was made for making whiskey.
Okay.
So instead of just using low quality mash, which is usually like 6-row malted barley and then distiller's yeast, we started brewing our own beers, like the beers that I was brewing for homebrew.
So you would make like a pale ale or like a saison or whatever, and then he would run it.
Yeah, we would get together about once a week, and I would brew a batch of beer, and then he would distill the batch that was fermented from the previous week.
Okay.
And we would just go through every single style of beer that we could.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so it got kind of crazy, and it got to the point where Clint's shelf at his parents' house where we were distilling was just like stacked with all these different whiskeys, and it was crazy.
Clint, are you brewing again? Yes, Mom!
You just had jars of clear liquid on shelves all over your room.
They were turning brown.
They would dip into the whiskey, too.
Of course, you have to.
Right.
You have to.
Stay
on purpose.
Get out of here. So, what were you finding when you were using beer as your wash? I mean, well, first of all, would you hop it? I mean, you do just totally normal beer.
Some of them we would, yeah.
Really?
A lot of them we wouldn't.
Okay.
We do a chocolate oatmeal stout.
The beer styles where hops are very lightly noticed, we don't typically hop for the whiskey. But if we're doing an IPA or something, yeah.
Why is that? Why, if they're lightly in the beer, anyways, why wouldn't you just hop them?
It's pretty much a waste because that taste will go away through distillation. You really have to have it big on the beer side to translate over through the distillate.
Okay.
In my opinion, like the bitterness from the hops doesn't really carry through in the finished distillate. So I think it's more of the aromatics that come through. So like we do a whiskey from a double IPA, and it's just insane.
Really?
Yeah.
So the bitterness goes away, maybe left behind, I guess, or something.
Which is kind of cool for me because I'm a big craft beer guy, but I'm not super into like the hoppy bitterness. So it doesn't really carry through in the whiskey, but that like, aroma does.
Yeah, me too. I love the aroma, but like the bitter. Actually, it's more the alcohol, but even the bitterness is like, dude. I need a more mellow hand. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm like that guy in Of Mice and Men with a glove on his hand. Mm-hmm. Like that's my hand when you're brewing. Like soft,
callus free.
I need a callus free hand beer.
Yeah,
That's my new brewery name. Hand beer.
Lots of lotion.
Tons of lotion. Tons, literally a ton of lotion
in each beer.
Right. So, what are your parents thinking at this time when you have essentially what is a fire hazard in your in their home that they've worked so hard at, a stable, normal, white collar job? I imagine.
You know what? They were very tolerant of it. Yeah. I mean, I was working in the city at the time, so I was commuting in. But yeah, they were on board with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I was going to ask how old a kid you were when you started, but I don't think I'm going to ask that question because I want you to keep your license.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah,
You're welcome, man. You're welcome. It's fine. I think you would have to be, man. I mean, your kid is showing some sort of passion for something in life. God damn it, support that person.
Even if it is cooking meth.
Yeah. Who cares?
Right.
You want the clearest meth possible.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
So you guys are open. What kind of still do you guys have now? What's considered a production quality still?
We're actually not quite open yet.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
So we've been in business for about 2.5 years, but we've been contracting to date. So like what pretty much every brewery does where they're like gypsy brewers.
Totally.
So we've been brewing out of EJ Fair in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And we truck it to Petaluma to Stillwater Spirits, and we distill it there.
Oh, awesome.
And then we fill a bunch of totes with whiskey, and we truck it back to San Francisco where we put it in barrels.
Okay.
So the entire process is just like a logistical nightmare. So we finally got enough money together and started doing everything in-house.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I just ran my first batch of beer this last Friday, and then Clint started distilling last week also.
So are you going to have a brewery and a still, or do you effectively have both of those in the same location?
We do, yeah.
What kind of system do you have?
So the brewery system is a Prospero 15-barrel. It's awesome.
15 barrels?
15 barrels, yeah.
How many, so out of a 15-barrel batch, how much end liquor do you get once you run it through the still?
If you were running a 10% beer,
yeah,
you'd maybe get 75 gallons of barrel strength whiskey. So that's like 60% alcohol whiskey. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not great returns.
It can't be, right? 75 gallons from 15 barrels?
Yeah, 15 down to 2.5. Ish.
Where the hell did it all go?
It's behind.
So in a beer, you have a ton of different types of alcohols.
Yeah.
You have ethyl acetate, methanol, butanol, and then ethanol is like what you want, right?
Okay. That's our goal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and a little bit mixture of those other alcohols.
Yeah.
So it gets caught up in those, and then also just the water. That's
true, right?
Huge portion of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you're just evaporating that off essentially, and you're pulling the. How does it work? Can you just tell me just everything you know right now? Just regurgitate into the microphone, please.
Let me just use my psychic powers.
Please do. Oh shit! I know it all now.
That makes great radio.
Yeah. No, you know what I mean. Like, so you get the wash and you put it in the thing, and you evaporate it. Mm-hmm. But what are the basics of distilling?
So what we do is double distillation.
Okay.
And so after Tim is done fermenting out the wash, it's not carbonated.
Yeah.
So it's not a finished beer in that sense.
Okay.
But then we pump it over to the still, or we charge it with the wash, and we run it, and you collect low wine. So basically, you're separating out the water from all the alcohol. Because remember, I was saying there's ethanol, butanol, all that.
All the crap that you don't want. Yeah. You can say it totally free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I can geek out here.
You totally do that.
Okay.
Please.
And so you do that the first time, and then the second time around is where you really hone in on what you want in the finished product to be put in the barrel.
Okay.
And what's going on in the still is all these different components have different boiling points, and methanol is one of the first things that comes off, and then ethanol is somewhere in the middle. It's something you call the Hart's cut, and then at the end you're just left with this nasty 1% beer that
that's been cooked twice.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess that makes sense. You run it through to basically get the low hanging fruit out of the way, and then you run it again to really focus on, like you said, the hearts.
Exactly.
Right. That's what you want. Okay.
Yeah. So in those first ones, you run that hard. You're not paying a ton of attention.
Yeah.
And then the second run is where you really hone in on those alcohols, those flavors. Yeah.
Okay.
What is the alcohol content after the first run? Like, as you're stepping it up? Yeah.
It's around 30%.
Okay.
Because you run it, the first time stuff to come off the still is very high proof, but then you go all the way down to 1%. So it's a range.
30%, 60 proof on the
60 proof.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then after the second run, it jumps up to the 110 or 130. The barrel is.
I mean, whiskey has to be distilled under 160 proof.
Okay.
So it's anywhere in that range.
Okay.
We usually run somewhere around 150 proof. Yeah.
Okay.
So back to you, Tim, when you were talking about running through all of these different styles. Did you guys pick a few that you really liked the finished product, or are you just kind of going off beers that you just like to brew?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of started with us just doing one just because I think we were self-funded, so we didn't have the money to make more than one whiskey, which we learned got expensive really fast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we made a bunch of styles of beer, but we found one that we really loved, which is the chocolate oatmeal stout, and we started with that.
Okay.
And just started refining the recipe over and over again.
And you're running it and running it and running it.
Yeah, just continuing to do it. So that was the first whiskey we did, and we made the first batch at Mill Valley Beer Works, and it was 300 gallons of beer that we made in
Were you
these big plastic drums. It was so shitty.
Were you crapping your pants?
We still have the drums.
We do.
Really?
We use them all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
So what was so shitty about the beer?
It wasn't that the beer was shitty. It was just the way that we produced it was pretty bad.
Oh, okay. Your process kind of sucked. Just to
yeah, because
a lot of labor.
We didn't have a brewery to brew at, so we just found somebody who could do it.
Tell them the story about how we got those barrels.
I love stories. I love stories about shady homebrew deals, and they're the best thing ever.
I mean, I was just kind of trying to track down some fermentation space because they didn't have any room at their facility.
They were on a 1 barrel or something so small.
They're on a 1 barrel system. So we were trying to get them to make 300 gallons of beer, which now seems like it's huge. But I mean, now it doesn't seem like it's huge, but back then it seemed like it was massive.
Right.
So I think I just started digging around on Craigslist and
always a good place. Yeah.
Weird crap, and I tracked down some guy who had these drums. I think they were used for olives or something gross.
Yeah. So this what this guy does for a living is he runs around California exchanging drums with people.
Okay. Oh, wow. Weird.
Yeah, so he was selling drums from the back of a van for like $100 a pop, and he met us in Mill Valley in some parking lot at like 10 o'clock at night.
It's like the Bernie Madoff of drums.
It was ridiculous.
Did you think this was still a good idea the entire time?
I thought it was a great idea.
Yeah. Dude, check this out. I got this guy on Craigslist. He has a van. We're going to be awesome.
Wait, so Sam just bought a drum off of Craigslist? It's currently in our backyard. He bought it to burn things.
To burn?
What? Wait. I'm sorry, what?
No, I'm sorry. It's metal. It's metal. But yeah, he doesn't. He's like, why recycle when you can burn?
So
there's sort of idiot logic at work there. I'm sure that
you know that they'll pick up your recycling.
I know that.
Yeah, you're paying for it.
Yeah,
I'm definitely on board with this.
Okay.
Not
with the burning?
No, not the burning.
Not the burning.
All right. Good.
Paying others to do this.
Good job, Bev. You and your husband have a lovely life going for you.
Abby's going to be a burner.
So your chocolate stout. Mm-hmm. You said that's the one that you started honing.
Yeah, that's the one we really started owning in on, just because I thought it was the most like traditional, I guess, whiskey, so it wasn't going to be totally unapproachable for people when they try like what we're making.
Well, yeah, and that's, I guess, my ultimate question is what flavors carried through from the distillation process or from the brewing process to the final product that the other ones didn't have.
It's all the specialty ingredients that you use. So the chocolate oatmeal stout is chocolate. It's got a lot of caramel malts. It's got oats, and then it's got 20% peat smoke malted barley.
Okay.
So that would be huge in a beer. Like in a Rausch beer, you'd use like 5 to 10% max.
Yeah.
So 20% is kind of gross as a beer.
So are you tailoring this the beer to the final product?
That one we did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's what you mean by we're kind of refining it and going. I imagine you would go, okay, here's the final product. What can we add into the wash?
Yeah, and just tasting
the
whiskey and just seeing like, oh, this would be really cool if we used like corn instead of oats, and then we played around with that. Or like, I think this would be cool if we used like 30% chocolate malt instead of 20%, or 20% peat smoke instead of 10%. So. Was
it uncomfortable for you as a brewer to start putting fucking peat smoke in your chocolate stout?
Not really.
That would freak me. I mean, I love smoke beers, but I'd be like, I don't know if I could do that. That's a little weird to me.
I mean, the point for me of using peat smoke was because I wanted people to be reminded that they were drinking a whiskey when they're drinking the whiskey that's made from a craft beer.
Okay.
So personally, I'm not a huge fan of peat in whiskeys, but I thought it was kind of cool because it was like bringing it back to its roots. Like, even though we're making a whiskey out of craft beer, it's like you're still drinking a whiskey at the end of the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do me a favor and clarify, because, again, I like drinking it. I don't really like knowing things. What makes a whiskey
What's the show about
a whiskey? I don't know. That's the beauty of it. I just come in here and do the thing, and people are like, oh, that was really good. And I go, I don't know what I did.
There are other people that listen, that like knowing things.
See, that's the key. There's people who actually pay attention and can retain information.
Right.
I just look good.
Well,
I can attest. I can attest.
See, you know exactly, but see, you know things. That's the thing. So what makes a whiskey a whiskey? Is it just the recipe? Is it the kind of barrels that you guys are aging in?
It's just that it's made from grain.
Anything made from grain?
Yeah, fermented grain.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was like a recipe thing, or is that a bourbon I'm thinking of?
So bourbon is a whiskey. It's just made from corn.
Right, but there's... Oh, okay. Yeah. A certain percentage of corn?
Yeah, bourbon has to be 51% or more corn.
Okay.
So, yeah, whiskey is like the catch-all category for anything fermented from grain and then distilled. And then there's subclasses like rye, bourbon, wheated whiskeys, straight rye.
Okay.
All that stuff.
Okay, and then it aged obviously in an oak barrel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then you guys
just has to touch oak or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just like even a couple of days.
Like a day. Yeah.
Okay, and otherwise it would be vodka.
No. What would it be? White Dog? Or?
No. It would be whiskey. It's just if you wanted to call it like straight whiskey or something. Yeah.
That's kind of the new thing, right? The whiskey, but hasn't seen any oak, right?
I guess so. I don't know who buys it.
Weren't you telling me that, Warren? There's a couple distilleries out there now just throwing out.
It's in my limited experience.
Yeah.
It's kind of a trend that comes in and out every few years.
Okay.
I mean, I got some for a cocktail contest because I wanted a white Manhattan.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be clear, and so I got some. I don't particularly like the flavor of it because the time in the barrel helps. And there are flavors that change over time.
Right.
And I prefer it with some age on it.
Okay.
And so it is out there. You can find it. Like the one I used was Ballast Point's. What do they call it? I don't know.
Let me guess. It's named after a fish.
Probably.
Okay.
But I don't know fish.
Like mullet.
Marlin.
Marlin.
Tuna.
There you go.
I think it's Devonshire or something.
I think, that might be it.
Aged bourbon. Maybe it's like Devil's Cut.
Something. I don't know. But it was good. I bought a couple in order to try, so I would maybe win the competition. And it was the best one that I wasn't a fan. I mean, it was the best one of the ones that I got.
Okay.
But I still I didn't buy it again.
That's a hell of an endorsement.
Yeah.
It's the best ones are the ones that I didn't like.
Right. Exactly.
It does seem very weird to me because it seems like that's a spirit, spirits in general, they're meant to be aged, right? I mean, it softens them, especially at the time of the oak. And
yeah, I mean, I think that it tastes pretty good when it's not aged, but it tastes like exponentially better when it is aged. So. You can do that, but the reason that most people release it is just because of like the financial aspect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, because you don't have to, buy the $500 barrels or
it's ridiculous.
The space to.
It's just the space and the time that it sits in the barrel. You're paying for all of your overhead for months or years or whatever it takes.
Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, probably the most offending flavor to me was the DMS/corn flavor was just so intense, and I don't know if that's a recipe thing. I just attribute it to age.
I mean, that could be because that bourbon, I think, is made from corn also.
Sure, it does have, they say it's got corn in it, but, I mean, it's cornier than any other bourbon that I've had.
Yeah.
And so that's why I was assuming that might be an age thing.
Yeah, it could be.
So whiskey is all distilled grain. Mm-hmm. What's vodka? Teach me. Because you guys also do vodka.
We do.
Okay.
Vodka can literally be anything. There is a vodka on the market made from milk sugar.
Oh, wow.
Are you fucking serious?
I think Bill Owens does one from a donut.
Oh, yeah.
From a donut?
From donuts?
Yeah. Wow. And so it just has to be distilled up to 190 proof. So it's really high. And then cut back down.
So, so vodka can be anything, but whiskey has to be from grain.
Exactly.
Got it.
And rum, sugar.
I'm learning shit.
At that point,
be careful.
Oh no.
Yeah. At that point, does any of the flavor realistically come through when it's distilled to 190 proof? Can you tell where the sugars are coming from?
In ours, you kind of can.
Yes and no. Like the legal definition of it is that it's colorless, tasteless,
right,
unidentifiable.
right.
But if you do a side by side, you will get small indicators of where it came from. But it's not anywhere near like if you were drinking a white whiskey next to a white rum.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's weird to me.
And then, since we're asking what all of the different styles are, is gin always a malt-based distillate? Or can that be whatever also?
It's just grain-neutral spirit that's...
it has to have juniper berry.
Well, but does it have to come from grain, or could it be from donuts?
I guess it could come from anything.
We don't make a gin.
Yeah, way to go, Warren.
Hey, well, I don't know.
Yeah, Clint's like, who fucking cares?
Right. I don't even care.
Right.
But I'm asking.
Hey, man, good point.
I honestly don't know. I know Genevieve has to be made from rye, but gin I'm not 100% sure on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess it can be anything, though.
It would seem like the key is the botanicals.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So,
It's just that the vapors have to pass through juniper.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Are you guys going to do a gin anytime? Do you like gin? You don't seem like a gin guy.
No, it's not my go-to.
No. Yeah, it's not mine either. It's fun though. It could be interesting. It's an interesting thing, but I don't know. I can't swing it.
Yeah, refreshing day. Maybe like gin and tonic.
Maybe once in a while, but I'd still rather have a bourbon or a whiskey.
I think maybe it's now that I'm getting close to my 30s, I'm starting to appreciate the gins and the spicy, the old man drink.
God, yeah, you're so fucking old.
But I
my
like
twilight years of my 29th
since
year.
the sun is setting on my life. I've been getting into like French 75s for like summertime. It's kind of like just like a champagne Tom Collins, basically. And also, recently I've just been getting lazy and basically making a old-fashioned, but just subbing out gin for whiskey. And it's actually pretty good. But it definitely varies. Each gin is way different. There's more variety. I don't know. Maybe I'm overstepping my bounds, but I feel like there's more variety with gins than there is with whiskeys. Like if you're selecting,
that's pulling his knife out. So
I know.
Be careful.
Not saying whiskeys in general, but like if you pick like bourbon and then gins, you can get a lot more variety, or at least easily noticeable.
I could see that.
I agree with that.
Yeah. You're putting your knife away.
I think if people were doing kind of what we're doing, it wouldn't be that case though.
Yeah.
Because I think that there's so much possibility with like distilling different craft beers that you could have.
Totally.
Huge variety.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that's kind of what I don't know. I can't wait to taste this. Actually, can we taste some?
Yeah.
Let's taste some right
You
now.
can't, so you're not going to.
Tim's like, finally, dude. Shut up. Let me fucking get you guys drunk real fast.
Yeah.
Because we have a couple of friends who, hypothetically, of course, distill homebrew, and I would imagine that there are deeper, complex flavors in these homebrews than there are in just making a straight mash that you ferment at X temperature. Actually, how hot do you ferment your beer? Do you treat it like a proper beer from start to finish until Clint sees it?
Yeah. So we're fermenting the Choco Smoke right now, and it's at 67.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you? Bev, I can. Yeah, you can just use your microphone if you want. Thank you. Bev's going to get us some glasses.
Oh, nice.
So do you find that temperature makes a difference in the final product, or do you just do it because you're a beer guy and that's what you do?
Yeah, I mean, my belief is kind of that the quality of the ingredient that you put into it is going to be the quality of the ingredient you get out.
Okay.
So I think if we treat it right and go through the normal fermentation process, we're going to have a better finished product.
Uh-huh.
Because the idea is that you can kind of let the esters develop and just get all those flavors that you want in a beer.
Do the esters even carry through?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You can even see them.
You can see the esters going
I don't
through.
even understand. He's fucking with me, right?
No. I remember I was
I'm done.
talking about
I don't
that
know.
first distillation.
Yeah.
They kind of float on the top. And they just that's
like an oil slick or something?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are like the higher fatty acids and esters.
Okay.
So
and that
it
makes a
through the
difference. That carries through. Those kind of things make some sort of flavor impact.
Oh, yeah.
But then if you can't see them on the second pass, are they still there at that point?
Well, those are the ones you don't want, the ones that you see. The other ones are...
Okay.
There's more than one.
There can only be one.
Oh, well, I've always just said the ester.
The one ester, yeah.
Yeast make an ester.
That makes sense, and I wonder if there are. One of my life goals is to go on the Bourbon Trail, kind of go down in Kentucky and do all that kind of shit. And I want to know how these people who have been producing these spirits for years are handling the fermentation, because I would imagine that fermentation makes a big difference in the wash, which, like you said, makes a big difference in the final product.
Yeah, I mean, we think it does, but I think they don't pay as much attention to it because everything that you see in the whiskey and bourbon market is just about the age statement, in my opinion.
Okay.
So everybody pays attention to like, oh, this is like an 8-year-old bourbon or like a 10-year-old bourbon.
Yeah.
We're kind of paying more attention to the mash bill.
More attention to the mash bill. Okay.
Yeah.
I think you guys are the perfect people to ask this to. When I was talking with somebody recently about kind of distilling a hopped beer, like an IPA or something like that, and thinking about the different hop oils and how they volatilize off below boiling, like water boiling temperature. Do you guys change how you make your cuts and everything when you're doing a hoppy beer versus one that you didn't even hop in to begin with?
Yeah, so the cuts on all of these different whiskeys change.
Okay.
Because the ingredients are different. Okay. And so, yeah, it's different with a hopped whiskey because you want to capture that hop character. Mm-hmm. And so you go deeper.
And so someone was saying that they're like, oh, if you taste hop oils, then they're starting too early and you're getting stuff that are in the heads that you're supposed to be cutting out. Is that true?
I mean, yes, to an extent. But it's also... What do you want the whiskey to taste like?
Sure.
So taste that.
What are we pouring right now, Tim?
Yeah.
So we're going to start with Whip Nose.
Whip Nose.
And it's really pertinent to what the question you just asked about hop oils in the whiskey.
Wow, it's unlike anything I've ever smelled. I can't pin it. I can't pin it down. Warren, what do you think? Hops?
There definitely are hops in there.
Really?
Yeah.
So Whip Nose is our whiskey made from a double IPA.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I could select the varietal, though, of hop.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, I guess I could see that. There's some sort of vegetal matter, maybe like a spice, like a noble thing, like a noble hop thing. I'm assuming since it's a double IPA, it's not, there's no German like noble hops, but there is some, okay. And as it's sitting there, it's kind of coming a little more dank, maybe.
Yeah. I would guess Columbus. Just throwing it out there.
Good job. Wow, that's weird, man. That's delicious.
And it's brown, so did you guys age it for...
Yeah, so all spirits, once they come off the still, are clear. So it pretty much picks up the color after like a couple weeks. But this whiskey...
Couple weeks, okay.
So this whiskey is our first collaboration with Pacific Brewing Laboratory out of San Francisco. And it's made from their rye IPA, rye double IPA with Vermont maple sugar.
Oh, wow.
If you guys want to know the hops or you want to keep guessing.
No, I will never get it. I am not that guy. There's no way I can do that shit.
I was thinking I would either have guessed spicy hops or I was picking up like a rye spiciness. But so
yeah, so
I'm
some
glad
of the
that there's
spice
something in there
definitely
that
comes
I
from the
was
rye,
tasting.
and then some of it I think comes from the hops also.
Okay.
Yeah.
The spiciness from the hops.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I changed my guess to Amarillo.
Okay, great. What are the hops in here?
It's Cascade, Centennial, and Simcoe.
Okay. Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
So it's aggressively hopped and then dry hopped with the same hops. So that's why not a lot of the hop like bitterness comes through, but it comes through in the aroma like crazy.
Yeah, you know, you're right. I honestly I forgot that it was a double IPA base. You'd expect some sort of weird. In my mind, I would expect some kind of weird aggressive bitterness to be there, but it's definitely not. It's very, very smooth.
Yeah.
But then you get that vegetal in a good way. Not as homebrewers or brewers, we go vegetal as in I think of a flaw or like a bad thing. That's not like this. There's a flavor in there that's
funkiness.
Yeah, it is. It's funky. It's hard to pin down. I've never had to sit here and dissect a distilled oak aged beer before.
It's just kind of green. Not like it's young, but just I assume vegetal. I kind of associate that with, like you said, negative connotations. And
Totally
just like cooked vegetables. Like this just tastes kind of like green, like salad. Kind of, you just taste the chlorophyll or whatever it is.
Do you put the like the yeast and the trub and all that shit in there too in the still when you guys run it?
Yeah, I mean we ferment it out and just distill it.
The whole thing.
Everything. Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, so the process is the exact same. So that's the reason that we do the collaboration series. The entire concept is that you can go to the store and you can buy a bottle of beer alongside the bottle of whiskey. Unfortunately, Pack Brew Lab doesn't have their beer in bottles. So that's why the next collaboration we did was a lot better, I think.
Who was that with?
Almanac.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're getting their name out there for sure.
Have you thought about adding yeast and haze back into your double IPA bourbon?
Yeah, the New England style distilled beers. Dude.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool.
Yes, it would.
Yeah, it would be cool. I like this. I think this is pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
I've never had anything like this before.
And it's also 47% alcohol, so it does have a kick to it.
It really does. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I could see that going well in quite a few cocktails.
I mean the malt, totally, yeah. The malt nose is actually awesome. I say actually, but again, it's perfumey. It doesn't smell just like a normal whiskey.
Yeah,
and that I would imagine is the beer is the base beer that you guys used and all the good stuff that goes into it.
Yeah, and you'll be able to tell from the aroma of this one versus the other one. This is like way more floral and way more like aromatic just because of the hops. The other ones are not hopped.
Okay.
So you'll definitely be able to tell that that's where that comes from.
Okay. Bev, I think we're going to need more glasses. I don't think we're necessarily going to be pounding all this like beers.
Oh, I did. Party.
You pound it.
Did you really?
Bottoms up.
Jesus. Yeah, she did.
Good work.
Yeah. Bev's not driving home. What does she care?
Yeah.
I left the box.
Do you guys keep some of the beer around to do kind of... I mean, I guess a year later, the beer's not going to taste the same, but like, do you ever get the brewery that you collaborated with to brew the beer again so you can kind of do a side-by-side?
Yeah, definitely.
spirit with the beer?
Yeah, that's how we timed this almanac project.
Okay.
And then Pack Brew Lab, they have that beer going all year round.
That's a staple of theirs? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I can go get... What's it called?
It's Whip Nose Double IPA.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure the only place you can get it is Black Hammer in the Soma of San Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got to be a local guy.
Yeah.
Or at our tap room. We'll have it.
Do they serve the whiskey next to it? Do they have the kind of license, or is that hard to do? Okay.
So that's hopefully what we'll be doing at our spot, because we have Type 74, Type 23 licenses, so we can serve beer and alcohol. In the same location.
The idea is you can come into our spot and you can try the beer alongside the whiskey that was made from the beer.
That's the dream. That's the dream.
I love it. I love the dream.
Yeah.
You kind of have to do that. I mean, it's so geared perfectly to what you guys are doing.
Yeah, and that's really when I think people get it, is when they try like the beer alongside the whiskey. Because if you're just drinking it blindly like we are right now, you're just trying to pick up like the little notes. But if you have it alongside the beer, you're like, holy shit, this is made from that beer. This is crazy.
Right, and you can kind of say, oh yeah, I can get that. I can get that. I mean, because even without the beer, it's still an amazing product, because you can definitely taste the differences. You can definitely taste there's an extra something in there that makes it super unique.
And I think that's why it appeals to both whiskey and beer drinkers.
Yeah.
Because really the demographic that, I mean, when we started the company, I think we were going after was craft beer drinkers.
Mm-hmm.
But it's such a good product and such a unique product that I think we're really reaching the other demographic of like craft spirits drinkers just because of that.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And you guys aren't, one of those people who are just buying liquor and from somewhere else and then go, oh no, it's totally hand done, or like Tito's or whatever. Tito's is super
small
big.
Batch vodka. Small batch, 1 million cases per year.
Yeah. There's a lot of magic hands going on in the booze business.
Yeah, and it's been happening for a long time, and then now people in the beer world are kind of freaking out about it, and it's like, people in the spirits industry have been dealing with this for a long time.
How does barrel selection work into when you're doing a collaboration? Do you vary like the wood origin and the toast level and everything based on the beer you're tasting, or how does that work?
So yeah, for the Almanac project, we actually finished it in their sour barrels that they did the Dogpatch Grand Cru in.
Okay.
And so we kind of did a lighter age, and so basically what that means for us, because we don't do super long ages, is we put it in 15-gallon barrels, and then once that had matured, we put it into their sour barrels. And the reason we put it in those bigger barrels was so that the oak wouldn't overpower what the sour parts, what the sour barrel imparts.
Did they just want to sanitize their sour barrels? Is that why they had you?
That's why they gave them to us.
Yeah.
Right. I guess that would work, right?
Yeah, I would.
Fuck it, dude.
I don't know if souring bacteria can handle 75% alcohol.
Can't.
Yeah.
It dies and just floats in there.
Right? Yeah.
He's seen it.
You can see it. You see it on top, just like the esters.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, what are we drinking now?
So we're drinking Choke Smoke, the whiskey that I was telling you about.
Choke Smoke. Okay. And this is your baby, essentially.
Yeah,
you
this is like our first product. This is what we made. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
This is the peat smoke?
Yeah, so Choke Smoke is made from a chocolate oatmeal stout with peat smoke malted barley.
You want some of this, Bev? All right, here you go.
Sweet, bye.
Yeah.
Leave the bottle, Bev.
Right. Oh, you don't have to finish the bottle. Oh, too late.
So what am I smelling in the nose? Because, I'm getting alcohol and...
I'd also recommend smelling it a little more with your mouth, because it'll kill your nose. Like, if you breathe it in.
So,
like I just did that, and I just got, burnt.
That's what I'm thinking. Wow, what am I trying to smell here? So
I think I smell some chocolate.
A little bit.
That's good.
Yeah.
How do you breathe through your... How do you breathe?
How do you breathe?
How do you smell through your mouth?
Open my mouth.
You open your mouth and just breathe in?
Yeah, just hover your mouth over it and kind of breathe in.
Okay.
Yeah, just like you're normally breathing.
Wait. Yeah. Hold on, I don't understand.
Just be a mouth breather.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. I taste wood.
Yeah, so it's
interesting.
Yeah,
it's a chocolate oatmeal stout. So the chocolate doesn't refer to adding actual chocolate. Obviously, it's the chocolate malt that we add.
Yeah.
Is this the first time you guys have had whiskey on the show?
Straight, yes.
A whole show.
We did have the folks from Hangar 1, St. George.
St. George. They've been on the show,
do,
but also
beer cocktails, and I think they brought some whiskey, but I can't. And then Ballast Point.
And Moylan's has brought some of their spirits on, but also beer. This is the first 100% whiskey show.
Wow, this is amazing. I can see why you've taken a long time with this. It's very complex. Let me see that bottle. Beth's totally stole it from me.
It's actually gone.
I don't notice the peat so much in the aroma, but definitely in the flavor.
I don't get a lot of peat. Here's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of opening a bag of like black patent or roasted barley malt, where it's just a kind of grain dust. I used to work at a homebrew shop, so I did that a lot. And that's what it reminds me. It reminds me of breathing smelling an empty bag of black roasted barley.
Yeah, so it's a ton of chocolate malt. It's 20% chocolate malt.
Wow.
So it's way more than you use for beer.
What else is in here?
It has a pretty good range of crystal malts, too. Oats, peat, or you already said peat smoked malt.
Yeah.
And then two-row malt.
Yeah, but it's like 50+% specialty malts in this beer, so it's an expensive beer to make.
How does this taste? Sorry, how does this taste out of the fermenter before it goes into the still?
I just tried today, and I thought it tasted pretty good.
Yeah, is that something you would totally just sit down and have a pint of?
No.
It
was good, but not that good.
Not a pint, but maybe like a little tiny
a thimble or something.
The amount that you're pouring us of the bourbon.
Yeah.
You'd have that of the beer.
Yeah, it's thick, man.
How does it taste out of the fermenter?
It's very chocolatey. It's very the peat, I think, carries through as more of like an acrid flavor, so it's kind of hard to get down.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like slick on the tongue.
Yeah, I can't go for that in my stouts. I can't do it. Like my chocolate stout, it's an oatmeal stout, but I use tons of chocolate malt because I love the way that flavor comes through. But I've totally ripped out most of that like black roasted barley because I can't deal with the acrid.
Yeah.
But that doesn't come through in this at all.
It doesn't.
It's so totally not acrid. It's like the lightest parts of the dark grains. Is it just chocolate malt? Is that the only dark grain in there?
It's chocolate malt, and then the crystal malts are 60, 90, and 120. So it's like heavily.
Okay, so you
heavily
get
crystallized.
Okay, going for that just kind of big punch of
yeah, and that's
sweetness.
something that we played around with was using like lower Lovabond crystal malts, but like the higher stuff just complements the chocolate so well.
No.
Yeah.
What are you using? Just 001 for this, or what?
Yeah, we actually use 001 for everything.
Okay.
Makes it easy. Do you do any lagers? Or
no, we don't.
Do you find that? Do you have you in the past?
No, I guess not. Yeah.
Do you think that
we
would
gotta
matter?
get one of those immersion things?
Get a brew jacket, dude.
Yeah, brew jacket.
Yeah. But if you only make 5 gallons of beer, how much are you going to get after you distill it?
Like this much?
Yeah, like a bottle.
Oh, that's not so bad. Yeah.
I mean, I would imagine that there'd be some sort of flavor impact going from ales to lagers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I was saying, this is made from like 50+% specialty malt, so it's really the big flavors from the beer that carry through. So in my opinion, if we did like a lager or something that's just like a lot of like two-row, it wouldn't taste as good just because it doesn't have that big flavor.
Or like Pilsner and some like Crystal and that's it. Like, you know.
Yeah.
What lager would that be, Warren? Be smart.
Pilsner and Crystal?
Yeah.
Maybe a Bock?
Yeah, so like a Bock.
I think a Bock would be cool.
Yeah. Because you're getting a lot of the dark flavors, like you're trying to, dig in here with your big Crystal edition.
Mm-hmm. A Bock or like a Doppelbock would be sick.
Yeah.
That's got some intense flavors that might carry through.
Yeah. Have you played around with different yeasts? Or you just choose 001?
Back in the day we did, but for right now it's just 001 is what's available and what's easy to use.
Okay.
But I'd like to play around with it more in the future.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, think of a Hefeweizen, and the yeast pretty much is responsible for that flavor. So
I guess we did a bunch of Belgians too.
Yeah, do the phenols and stuff that the Saison yeast and Belgian yeast throw out carry through into the distilled spirit?
Yeah,
they would have to, right? I mean, it makes total sense. Mm-hmm. You said have you ran a hef through the still?
Never
like a proper German hef?
We did like 4 quads though.
Yeah, we did some quads, and did we do a Dunkelweizen?
4 quads. First of all, you had to brew 4 quads. It's fucked up, dude.
I think the problem is that we didn't like any of the quads that we did, so that's why we haven't really pursued it yet. But I think that it's like definitely a possibility.
Okay.
And now that we have this new space, we're going to start playing around with a lot of new stuff. So
really,
yeah.
What are you going to do?
So
breaking news.
Been around for 2.5 years, and we've had 4 whiskeys released.
Okay.
We have 6 new whiskeys coming out in the next 12 months.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah. So we're gonna have some fun.
Like what? Can you?
So we're taking on a
little bit.
lot more collaboration projects. So if you guys follow us on like Instagram or social media or anything like that, you'll already know about this stuff. But like we went down to Libertine 2 weeks ago and brewed their Christmas stout, which we're going to rebrand. That's like a holiday stout that's barrel aged in obviously sour barrels. So that's going to be a fun collaboration we're going to do. The other one I'm super excited about, Clint is not, is Belching Beaver's Peanut Butter Milk Stout.
Okay, yeah, they're super popular right now, that beer, for sure.
Yeah, I think it's going to be cool.
So you're going to brew it with them?
Yeah.
And you're going to basically have to beat Clint around the head and face to get him to run it through. Why aren't you stoked about that? You think it's going to suck, right?
I don't think peanut butter has a place in whiskey, but that's just me.
What do you think about, lactose and donuts?
Yeah, I don't know about donuts either, man.
I think donuts have a place in everything.
Yeah.
I think whiskey has a place in donuts, but donuts don't have a place in whiskey.
But the reverse, it can't be true. Okay. Have you tried any of that weird crap yet?
No donuts. No donuts.
Could you distill Taco Bell? Because you'd have a customer right over here.
Hi. I'm Beverly. We should be friends.
Maybe those cinnamon twists they have?
Yeah, churros. Distilled churros.
Yeah. We could
Hell yeah.
Oh, Lupe's in here. Oh. Sound of churros. Here he comes.
Right, speaking of churro.
Well, this is awesome, dude. So far, this is really great. Tell me about your artwork, because everything is super detailed. I mean, this is a naked lady, so I'm really interested in it. But what's the story behind your artwork?
So the name Seven Stills was a play on the 7 hills.
One said hills. Clint did not say hills.
Oh, I didn't. No.
2 separate words.
Yeah, not together.
Okay.
Of San Francisco, and so the original vision was to create 7 different whiskeys for these different hills of San Francisco, featuring 7 different local artists. And so that's what you're seeing on each of these bottles. On Choker Smoke, you have Zio Ziegler that did Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks used to be called Los Pechos de la Choca by the Spanish, which is like, breast of the chick. Yeah.
What's it called? What's it called again? What was it called?
The literal translation.
The literal translation.
No, what was the Spanish?
Oh, Los Pechos de la Choca.
Okay. Yeah. Aaron, did you get that? No, okay, that's all right.
And then Fluctuate, which you guys haven't tried quite yet, is for Rincon Hill.
Okay.
And that was done by David Polka. And then the other 2 are collaborations, so they don't really fall in that line, but they're also done by local artists. Actually, just one local artist, Cannon Dill, who we really like his work. Yeah.
So the plan is to have 7 different varieties for each of the hills in the city, and do collaborations and stuff like that too.
2 different lines.
And the ones for the hills, like your main lines, are they going to be the same? That's just your constant thing, or is that going to change?
Well, we're trying to release 1 per year.
Okay.
So we've done 2 so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then what happens in year 8?
Yeah.
Good
question.
Midlife crisis.
Yeah. We pull prairie ales or whatever, and we just fucking peace out. Warren, why don't you do me a favor, and let's do the Twitter game real fast, and then we're going to take a break.
Okay. Well, I already released it because I figured
you did good. That's what you're supposed to do. You did great, buddy. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll take a break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to drink the rest of the stuff and some vodka and talk about some bitters and cocktail stuff and more things, and it's going to be amazing.
Are we going to have some cocktails?
We are not going to have some cocktails, but it's fine.
I guess.
We'll talk about it. In theory.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll imagine some cocktails?
We'll imagine some cocktails. Okay. First of all, the Twitter game is brought to you by the Beer Law Center. Hit up John over there at beerlawcenter.com. He's a good dude. He's protecting all your trademark stuff. He protects the Hop Grenade trademark from especially those crappy Germans who are trying to run roughshod over everybody. Yeah. He's a solid dude. He's a beer guy. He's a listener. He's a member of the BN Army. And if that's not enough reason to support him, well, then you just don't have a soul, and you deserve to get your trademark stolen right from under you.
Stop listening.
Yeah. So, John, beerlawcenter.com brings you Twitter game.
So I thought long and hard about this one.
Oh, shit.
So I'm going to cut to the chase.
Eventually.
Okay. I'll get there.
All right.
I'm looking up what I wrote.
Okay, good.
Because I wasn't ready. Anyway, so this week's Twitter game is, where everybody at? Where is everybody?
Where everybody at?
Yeah.
Even Lupe's laughing at you.
Because before, it was just JP and I in the studio, and the show was about to start. There's already answers trickling in since we didn't actually say anything on the air.
All right.
But, yeah.
Fair enough. Where everybody at?
Nobody. Tasty still hasn't shown up.
Well, it's not his show, man.
Yeah.
But hey, it's fine. I'm totally fine with that. It means we get more. It's more for us.
Right. Yeah.
It's more for us. All right, we're going to take a break, and then when we come back, we're going to keep rapping a bit about whiskeys and vodkas and all that kind of stuff with the fellas from Seven Stills. Thanks for sticking with us. To the session. We'll be right back after this.
You're listening to the Brewcasters. Brewcasters on the Brewing Network.
Grog tags aren't just for labeling your home brews to hand out to your friends. They're the perfect way to round out your personal brewing marketing. Bringing your latest beer to a funeral? Craft a metal sign to go with it. Heading out to little Liam's bar mitzvah? Grog Tag custom bottle caps are awesome. Couldn't get out of jury duty this year? Grog Tag the hell out of the deliberation room with reusable labels. Grog Tag has an awesome array of products just waiting to be customized by you. Metal signs, coasters, tasting mats, bottle caps, tap handles. It's all there waiting for your designs at Grog Tag. Liven up your next party with the widest selection of custom products ever offered by a sponsor of the Brewing Network. Grog Tag. At least your beer will look good.
That's it. I've had it. I am never putting hops in my beer again.
What? Why?
It's just too ridiculous. Insane prices, stupid contracts, high shipping costs, crappy selection.
Dude, you need Nico Brew.
Nico Brew will rock your f***ing face right the f*** off your f***ing skull. $5 shipping to all 50 states. Plus fantastic international rates get you low prices on Nico Brew's great selection of hops and more. Whether you're a home brewer, a pro brewer, or a homebrew shop owner, Nico Brew can get you the hops you need in increments big and small, single orders, spot buys, or full contracts. And there's only one place to join the uber special secret elite bare bones club where you'll get the best deals anywhere.
Holy shit!
NicoBrew.com. NIKOBREW. Nico Brew, your bare bones buddy in the brewing business.
Do you know the three most important rules in brewing? Sanitation, sanitation, and sanitation. And no one does it better than 5-Star Chemicals. 5-Star knows sanitation. You can only sanitize clean equipment. And 5-Star knows how to clean, too. For craft brewers and home brewers, 5-Star has what you need to keep your fermenters, serving tanks, kegs, and draft lines sparkling and free of any beer-spoiling bacteria. PBW, caustic, acid cleaners, Star Sand, SaniClean, lubricants and defoamers, pH stabilizers, and more. 5-Star Chemicals has cleaning supplies, safety supplies, heat exchangers, pumps, hoses, and valves. And 5-Star is proud to offer eco-friendly products that exceed customer expectations. If you have a cleaning problem, you need the 5-Star solution. Visit 5starchemicals.com or call 800-782-7019. 800-782-7019 and get the 5-Star treatment today.
Hi, this is Brandon from Drake's Brewing Company here to warn you about the impending apocalypse. This year we're unleashing our Four Horsemen on Saturday, January 23rd from 12 to 6 p.m. at Drake's in San Leandro. In addition to the return of Apocalypse Double IPA and Black Label Triple IPA, we're adding the next two riders, Red Label and White Label. In case you thought Apocalypse Day couldn't get any bigger, you thought wrong. We invited more than a dozen of our favorite West Coast breweries to pour hard-to-find double and triple IPAs, including Cellarmaker, Russian River, Boneyard, Beechwood, and many more. Pre-sale tickets are on sale now and start at just $25. Black Label is limited to 6 bottles per person. Go to drinkdrakes.com for more info and brace yourself. The end is beer.
Williams Brewing is your online resource for prompt delivery of quality home brewing supplies. Since 1979, Williams Brewing has offered the finest equipment and the freshest ingredients, backed by the best customer service in the business. Do you like to mash using efficient fly sparging, but would like an easy way to heat your strike and sparge water? Enter the new Brewer's Edge electric mash water heater, a plug-in, anywhere, precisely controlled heater for strike and sparge water. Ditch the fumes and second burner and make mashing easy. Go to williamsbrewing.com today and browse their vast selection. That's williamsbrewing.com. Orders placed by 4 p.m. Pacific Time weekdays ship the same day. Brewing is easy the Williams way.
Are you looking for a simple brewing system that's great for all grain brewing, but everything on the market seems to be full of compromises? Blickman Engineering has the answer. The Blickman Brew Easy All Grain Brewing System. The Brew Easy is a complete system with easy upgrades and a beautiful compact design, perfect for any size brewing location. At its core, the Brew Easy is built on 2 gorgeous Blickman Boilermaker brew kettles, a high-temperature March pump, and either a top-tier gas burner or the new Boil Coil electric heater. The Brew Easy adapter lid allows the pots to stack on top of each other, forming an efficient, strong, and compact brewing setup that comes in 5, 10, and 20-gallon batch sizes. Upgrade your Brew Easy system with full automated control by adding a Blickman Tower of Power temp controller and make moving around easy with the Blickman Kettle Cart. The Brew Easy is modular. If you already own a Boilermaker kettle, you can build your Brew Easy by purchasing just the modules you need. The new Brew Easy all-grain brewing system. See it today at BlickmanEngineering.com and brew with Blickman quality on your new Brew Easy.
Hi, this is Brandon from Drake's Brewing Company here to warn you about the impending apocalypse. This year we're unleashing our 4 horsemen on Saturday, January 23rd from 12 to 6 p.m. at Drake's in San Leandro. In addition to the return of Apocalypse Double IPA and Black Label Triple IPA, we're adding the next 2 riders, Red Label and White Label. In case you thought Apocalypse Day couldn't get any bigger, you thought wrong. We invited more than a dozen of our favorite West Coast breweries to pour hard-to-find double and triple IPAs, including Cellarmaker, Russian River, Boneyard, Beechwood, and many more. Pre-sale tickets are on sale now and start at just $25. Black Label is limited to 6 bottles per person. Go to drinkdrakes.com for more info and brace yourself. The end is beer.
Since the first time the Brewing Network microphones turned on, More Beer was behind it. More Beer sponsors the programming on the BN because, like you, they love brewing. And like the Brewing Network, they love sharing their knowledge. Morebeer.com isn't just a website to place your next equipment or ingredient order. Morebeer.com also gives you access to free beer information that will make you a better brewer. Go to morebeer.com and click into the Learning Center. You'll find podcasts, technical facts, video tutorials, and more, including access to The Buzz, More Beer's social network of more than 5,000 members. And some of them might even be crazier about beer than you are. Get over to morebeer.com today and take advantage of The Buzz, the forum, the Learning Center, and make sure you're signed up to receive the newest More Beer catalog. More Beer, bringing you absolutely everything for beer making.
You're tuned into this session because life's too short to listen to crappy radio.
All right, everyone. Thanks for sticking with us. Talking to the guys from 7 Stills. We're drinking some whiskey right now, and I was talking to Tim at the break. I was like, dude, I'm kind of blown away right now. I had no idea what to expect. When you hear people go, "Oh yeah, dude, I'm totally distilling beer and selling it," I'm like, you never know what you're going to get.
You don't,
I think, and I'm very pleasantly surprised, man. I think you guys are doing pretty good work, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, for sure. This is way better than any alleged homebrew distillates I've had.
Alleged.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right, I've heard other people drinking.
Yeah, well, we're good at dissecting theoretical papers, and let me tell you, it's people can't write as well as you guys can. Thank you very much. What are we drinking now?
So this guy is the Almanac collaboration, and this is at cask strength. Just a heads up.
Oh, cask strength. Okay. So that means I should drink it faster.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. You have to drink it a cask at a time.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
So it's at 59.5% alcohol. And the reason we did that is, one, it gives you the opportunity to proof it down to get to where you want it to be when you drink it. Because what happens when you add water to whiskey, some of these esters, flavor compounds fall out of suspension and it opens up. Opening up is what people call it. But also because it's awesome. Cask strength.
Less work for you.
Yes, that also.
Is there a flavor component that it makes cask more desirable, or
personally,
just because
I
it
think
gets you drunk faster?
I think texture. It's a lot thicker at cask strength.
Okay, so you're warning me so I don't drink it as quickly as these and just totally collapse on the floor.
A lot of people do that.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. I have a few friends who basically kind of try to gravitate towards cask strength because their bottle goes farther. Okay.
It usually costs more, too, so they're not really saving anything.
Yeah, we charge basically the alcohol, so proportional.
You get double taxed once you go over 50% alcohol.
Oh.
As a consumer, or you guys do as manufacturers?
Do.
Okay.
But we pass it on.
It's like passing the savings on, but...
Don't worry about us.
I don't think we do pass it on.
What?
Did we pass it on?
I hope so.
It sounds like something you guys should work out.
Yeah, I work the numbers.
We're going to have a business meeting here very, very soon about what's going on. Okay, so cask strength. So it's, what did you say, 56%?
59.5.
59.5. And normally the other ones are
47.
47.
Which is also high. Usually whiskeys are 40 to 45%.
Okay. Why are you guys trying to get people drunk so fast? What's going on? Okay. I just like it.
And you mentioned it's thicker. That kind of made me, as I was swirling around my glass, I noticed the little kind of streams of liquid running down.
Yes.
Those are called legs, right?
Yes.
So can you explain, is that just, some people will be like, oh, if it has legs, then it's quality. Or does it have more to do with the thickness / syrupiness of what you're swirling?
It definitely has to, it has to do with the alcohol content. The higher the alcohol content, the more legs you'll get.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Because, it's right now it's just coating the glass.
What are the legs? The legs is the booze.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sticking to the glass.
That doesn't mean anything. Like these wine guys, they go, oh, yeah, it has great legs. Isn't that kind of just a function of because there's alcohol in it?
I can't speak for wine. Yeah.
You need to know he has a bad habit of not knowing things that we ask him that are unrelated to his field whatsoever.
First gin, now wine. What next?
If it's not whiskey, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck to do about it. Yeah. Speaking of legs, Warren, let me ask you a question. Are you getting enough?
No.
Well, I bet you'd love more, right?
Actually, I would.
All right, we're doing a live read, guys, just so you know. Well, AdamandEve.com wants to give you more.
Really?
Yeah, really. With 10 free gifts. First, you'll get a sexy surprise for her, Candy or whomever.
Whoever.
Yeah, whoever's the lucky lady. Second, a specially selected toy for him. Again, maybe you, maybe not you.
Or
I don't know.
Some other guy.
Whoever Candy wants to bring in, doesn't matter. And third, a little something we know you'll both enjoy. Plus, you'll get 6 full-length. Now, don't go all rubbery in the knees by the mention of full length. 6 full-length adult movies on DVD.
I only need about 30 seconds.
That's all you need. Well, then you have 10,000, units.
Wow.
10,000 times you can use all 6 and never have to,
So they're longer than my length.
That's true. And number 10, free shipping on your entire order. So what you have to do to get your 10 free gifts, it's not hard. Yet. I just added that in there. Just go to AdamandEve.com and select, and pretty good, right? It was good.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good.
Just go to adamandeve.com and select any one item. It could be an adventurous new toy, sexy piece of lingerie, or anything you desire. Just enter offer code BNARMY at checkout, and you'll get all 10 free gifts. Go check out adamandeve.com today. Select one item, 10 free gifts, free shipping. Enter code BNARMY, BNARMY, and of course, at adamandeve.com.
Of course.
All right. Speaking of legs, that was a good segue.
Yeah.
Right?
You're a professional.
Thank you very much.
You kind of nailed it.
Nailed it.
Also, pretty good. Get it?
Yeah.
Nailed it.
No.
No.
Okay. Well,
Please
I got it.
explain to me in full detail.
Right. Pretty good.
So, okay, this is your... yeah, just average.
Right.
Yeah, tolerable. Thanks. So this is the Almanac collab.
Yeah, so
right?
this is made from Almanac's Dog Patch Sour.
And what's it called?
Dog Patch.
Dog Patch. You guys with your naming schemes,
So
man.
clever.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a big whiteboard that you write all this stuff down on?
We have a think tank.
How many barrels? Okay, so what's the base beer?
Dog Patch Sour.
But like what kind of I
just
got
went
that
over
part. I got that part. But like what kind of beer is it?
So it's a wheated sour beer.
Okay.
I think it's Almanac's take on the creek.
You guys are fitting in a little too good right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a creek, but not really.
It's their take on a creek. I don't think
Okay.
that they like to call their beers like these Belgian styles, but it's
Yeah.
like a
You
it's a
might-
sour beer that's aged with tart cherries.
Okay. All right. And then so you got the beer.
So this had been a concept that I was kind of working on for a while, and I couldn't figure out how to get the sour flavor from beer into whiskey. The diacetyl and lactic acid bacteria, or lactic acid that we were trying to get into the whiskey doesn't carry through.
Yeah.
It's got a higher boiling temperature than ethanol, so it's kind of left behind in the still. So we'd played around with a bunch of ideas for a while. One idea I had was proofing back the whiskey with the original beer, but it did not work very well. And Clint always hates that idea. So what we ended up landing on was distilling the beer, aging it in New American Charred Oak like we would any of our normal whiskeys, and then finishing it in Almanac's original Dog Patch Sour Grand Cru sour barrels. The first two releases, or I guess the first release that we did was a cleaned barrel from Almanac, so it didn't have as much of the flavor from the sour beer. But the third one, we told Jesse just to leave it super wet and just like with sour beer, so it picks up all that funk on the back end.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. And he was like, sure.
Yeah.
Totally fine.
Yeah, he's been really cool about it.
Wow. I mean, tart cherries.
It's very subtle, but
I wouldn't
very
have
subtle.
guessed that it was a sour beer.
No, but now that he said it, it's like that's all I can see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh, yeah, of course it was
Well,
a
that's
sour
because
beer.
it's
Why wouldn't
that's because it's 59% alcohol.
yeah.
And this is one of those things where if you have it next to the sour beer, that's like all you can pick up.
Really?
Like, this tastes like that sour beer. It's really fun to do a side-by-side with.
Well, and you were talking, Clint, about the mouthfeel. There's definitely a mouthfeel difference. And I guess, I don't know, maybe I didn't think there would be with, what's the math? 12% difference or whatever in alcohol between the two?
Yeah.
Ish.
12.5.
Yeah. How does it impact the mouthfeel? That, you know what I mean? When you were talking about 47% already, I can't imagine that that 12% is going to do like this much. Does that make sense? Am I asking a stupid question?
Can you say it again?
I'm
having too much to drink here.
How does a small difference in a bump in alcohol make such a big difference in the mouthfeel? Because you said the cask strength, like you said, is thicker, and
It's less water.
It's less. Yeah, but not that much less, right?
Well, it's a
it's a lot
25%
proportional.
increase in alcohol.
12.5%, but the volume, it's like 25% of the volume, so
Right.
it's a lot less.
Okay.
I don't know. Need a calculator.
Yeah. But I mean, look, theoretical, right? Whatever. Okay. I don't know. I thought
It's a good question. It's a good question.
If I could get it out properly. Thank you for covering for me, Warren. I can't count on.
No
for
one
shit
understood
over here.
your question.
Well, whatever.
For me, the beer that we were using was just very light, like in flavor. It's very flowery. It's a wheated whiskey, so it's just like has these really light, subtle characters that we wanted to come through, and we felt that if we proofed it down with more water, we were going to lose a lot of it. So that was, I think, the main reason we left it at cask strength.
Okay.
Do you think, not getting to taste this whiskey before it went into the sour barrel, that it kind of, whether it was a pickup of acidity or something like that, like in the finish it got drier? Because to me, it's
It's very dry.
For something this big, but it's not alcohol heat dry to me. Like it's something kind of different, which maybe is just the funk or whatever.
Astringent.
Yeah. Do you think that came from the sour barrel?
I do, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting.
I'm not totally sure where, but it could be from the bacteria, or it could be from just the tart cherry and like the tannins that I get from the skins of the cherries. But
Okay. Yeah.
Very dry.
Did the whiskey still be clear, or did you have to filter it after throwing into that dirty barrel with cherries? And
yeah, we always filter it.
Oh, you do filter your whiskeys?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not chill filtering, just filter it.
So you don't
like filter pad kind of thing, or
yeah.
Okay,
exactly. Just paper filters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pool filters.
So that's why there's no chlorine in it. I get it now. So let's say I wanted to water back to bring it down the cask strength. You just looked at me like I crapped on your lawn.
No,
You're like, why would you do this?
Right.
Is that something totally valid? I mean, I don't know that much about it.
Yeah, that's the whole idea with cask strength. Is you can have it how you want it.
How do I get it the way I want it?
You just dip your fingers in your water like this. And then you just
my fingers. I know where my fingers have been. I don't know. Can I just pour it in? How's you tell me. Fingers. I'll do fingers.
Do fingers.
Oh, gross.
And then I know, right? And you just dip it in.
You just shake it off. And actually, what's cool is you can see the oils kind of fall out of suspension when you do that. I don't know with this little whiskey in there, but when you put the water in there, those oils fell out of suspension. It kind of creates this turbidity. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like what happens with absinthe when you add water happens to a smaller degree.
It looks a little
strength whiskey.
oily, right?
Yeah.
That's what you guys are talking about? Okay.
Yeah.
And that's desirable. And then you just smell it.
Yeah, it
You
changes.
drink
It changes the whiskey.
That does open it up. It does have a different aroma.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I got such a little pour. Mine's already gone, so I can't really dilute it.
Okay, I hear you.
Yeah, it changes. I mean, and I didn't put that much water in it, too. Wow.
Well, that's the dirt off of your fingers.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I washed my hands after I went to the bathroom. Okay, what else do we have?
So the fourth whiskey that we have is Fluctuate.
Fluctuate.
From a coffee porter with cold brewed coffee added to it.
Okay. And this is another one of your homebrew staples that you've worked on?
Uh-huh.
Added to the beer or to the spirit?
Added to the spirit after it was barrel aged.
Oh, okay.
So you can see that the color on this is a lot darker than the other ones.
Yeah.
That's because we actually add coffee back after it's been barrel aged. So it's got actually a lot of sediment that kind of falls out of suspension. Those are the fatty acids that are falling out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
From the coffee.
Fat from the coffee beans.
Yeah.
Why not to the beer?
We tried it. We tried it.
Yeah.
And it didn't work.
Okay.
Yeah.
What didn't work about it?
The coffee flavor just didn't come through.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we tried. I actually came up with the recipe while I was at Davis, and I was just playing around with a bunch of different things, like soaking chips or soaking the wood in coffee, and then just proofing it with coffee and adding more coffee to the base recipe. And we felt like the most punch from the coffee came through from adding it after the fact. It's very little amount of coffee. We used less than 2.5% volume.
Okay.
So it's 5 gallons for a 160-gallon batch. So
that's not bad.
Not much at all.
That's pretty good.
But it definitely comes through. And it really re-invokes what that base beer is meant to taste like.
Okay. Wow. Again, never had this before.
No.
Coffee added to the spirit.
Yeah, but we think this is a great one to finish with because it's like coffee and whiskey.
Okay. I like those things together.
After dinner drink kind of thing.
Oh, man.
Pick you up and bring you down.
Wow, it smells good. And it doesn't smell super like coffee, but there's like a spice thing. I'm blanking on the name of this. Maybe you can help me out, Warren.
A spice?
Yeah.
It kind of has a pepper like a green pepper like flavor from the coffee.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Like cinnamon and nutmeg or something.
Yeah, something like that.
A little cinnamony.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Aroma.
The finish is really where the coffee kind of kicks in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the base beer is just a ton of dark malts and roasted malts, and then finish it with the coffee.
Is that to accentuate the coffee?
Yeah.
Notes in there. Okay. Wow, that's great. I could see this in some sort of eggnog or some kind of Christmas thing.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because there is like a cinnamon nutmeg kind of quality.
Yeah. Does how long do you leave it on with the coffee beans? Do you treat it like kind of how typical.
So we actually add
age.
cold brewed coffee to it.
Oh, so just liquid. So it's just
no beans. So there is literally caffeine in this.
Oh,
right now,
and you're allowed to do that.
The TTB said we could.
Hey, yeah, they stamped your application and it's fine.
Yeah.
Is that something that isn't allowed?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they pulled it out of Four Loko.
That's true. Well, yeah, before Loco was trying to give you a heart attack in a can. I feel like this is just kind of a nice ride through the rest of the night.
They expect people to. This is for people who know what they're doing.
Right. I have a question from the chat if you guys want to take it.
Cool. Sure.
This is from Nate Brews, and he says, will the stuff that they make from hoppy beers skunk like a regular beer if it's exposed to light?
It does not.
Pretty good question. Why not? Yeah. Everything's gone, right?
We don't know, apparently, but my guess would be it's caught up in that alcohol suspension, so that helps protect it.
The compound that would skunk.
Or those compounds are already driven off, maybe through the distillation.
Yeah, I think
process.
the compound that makes it go skunky is just broken down through distillation.
Okay.
I can't remember what it is though.
Huh. Yeah, I mean that would be my first. My first.
It's just not there.
But no, our bottles are clear, so they definitely do not.
It is not a problem, Nate. Don't worry about it. I keep going back to this coffee whiskey, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, and the coffee kind of rounds it out and makes it a lot like sweeter and smoother.
And it keeps changing. So I'm going back to some of these other ones, and they keep changing. They keep opening up, and that's the term, right?
Yeah.
Okay, opening up.
So if a whiskey's just sitting in the glass, does the ethanol just continuously be evaporating, or does it stay in solution the entire time, and so it's equally as alcoholic?
Yeah, it'll evaporate.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever had a night where you're like drinking whiskey and you leave a glass out, and the next morning it's just like this dried brown stuff on the bottom of your glass.
Yeah.
So yeah, all the ethanol will evaporate.
So over the course of 20 minutes or whatever, is it a noticeable amount? So it's not like I'm just getting drunker and can't taste it as much. It's actually leaving the glass.
It could be both.
I mean, it's not a ton of alcohol that's leaving, but the concentration of that like off-gassing of those higher alcohols is less, so it allows you to sense those other flavor compounds.
Oh, okay.
You guys sure talk smart.
Well, sometimes.
Yeah.
Talk so good.
I don't know, man. I'm impressed with these whiskeys. I think you guys are doing something really cool out there.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's the? I see you have a big bottle of water. Look, no, it's vodka. No, I'm just kidding. Can we try some of that too?
Yeah.
All right.
And so, you guys have been open for 2.5 years. Are these 4 that we've had kind of year round? I mean, the collaborations, I assume, are like one-offs. But
sorry, hey Bev, can we get some more glasses, please?
Yeah, so we're trying to have the 7 Still series, which is the Choke and Smoke and Fluctuate, be year-round. Okay. But all of the other stuff, we're really trying to take like a craft beer approach to the entire thing. So it's supposed to be like one-off collaboration projects, seasonal releases, that kind of thing. Okay. So Dog Patch, we weren't planning on doing again. We actually talked to Jesse today, and he wants to do it again, so we might release it.
Okay, all right. It came out great, man. Why not?
Yeah, it's pretty solid. And then Whip Nose, we do like twice a year.
Okay.
Belching Beaver, we'll see how that goes. It's too funky.
Clint's like, no. It's a one-time thing, and that's it. Because I'm a purist. Do you see some of these, coming out, like you were talking about, in more releases than you intended because, I don't know, the reception's great, or you just love the way it turned out and it was just kind of a lot of fun to do, so you're going to change what you're anticipating your releases are now versus in a year or two? Are you open to that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you know what I mean? You're not like super hard-nosed about it. This is exactly what we're doing. This is kind of our gig, and we're not gonna stray from it. You guys are just having fun.
Yeah, that's all we're doing.
Okay, that's literally, that's it.
Yeah.
We're not having fun at all.
if you decide, okay, that one was successful, people liked it, we'll do it again. All right, now we have to wait another year and a half.
That's the worst.
People have to remember. People have to remember. You have to keep telling people, like, hey, it's coming out. Hey, it's coming out. Just 15 more months. Hey, 14 more months.
Ours are between 4 and 18 months in the barrel, so it doesn't have to be that long.
Oh, okay.
But that's I mean, part of brewing, even just waiting a couple of weeks for a beer. That kind of sucks, but I mean, you guys are just masochists.
I mean, I've been thinking about that, but the more and more I've been getting into sour beers, I realize that they're kind of going through the same thing. Like, Almanac is in the exact same boat as us, where they're aging a lot of their beers for like a year, 2 years. So, I mean, it's not that different. It does still suck.
It sucks, right? Either way. Please do a collaboration with the Rare Barrel, because we like those people.
We have been trying to get them to do a collaboration.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So if they're listening,
I will be the great facilitator. I will facilitate this.
You'll just be a facilitator.
I'm not going to be great at it.
Yeah.
All right. So why the move to vodkas?
It wasn't actually a move to vodka. It was what we started with.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
To pay the bills?
Yeah. So since we fundraised the project just by ourselves, we bootstrapped the entire thing. We kind of came to the realization that you need something to sell while your whiskeys are aging.
Like the white wine of the red wine producers?
I don't know anything about wine. So maybe.
Well, like white wine doesn't sit around on the skins. It doesn't see the barrel or whatever. So it's pretty much like a pretty fast turnaround. Okay.
Yeah, I guess so. So the vodka doesn't take...
Just like, whatever, dude.
Whatever.
Right. We already established they don't know anything about wine.
Yeah. Well, now they do.
Oh.
Yeah.
I still don't. So it's made from corn.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's unaged, obviously, because it's vodka.
Okay. So it's fast turnaround.
Yeah, it's very fast.
Have you thought about picking something unique to San Francisco instead of corn?
Not really.
Like pigeon?
Yeah.
No.
Or like Ghirardelli chocolate.
Abandoned homeless sleeping bags.
Right.
That's what I want to filter through.
Yeah, the residual homeless sweat.
So I don't know much about vodka.
So it's funny that you
What am I supposed to taste?
You're not supposed to taste anything, but you kind of do.
Right.
But it's funny that you brought up Tito's before, because this was supposed to be kind of our solution to Tito's.
Okay.
It was driving us crazy that we were going around all these cocktail bars and all these stores, and they're saying, like, oh, we're supporting these little guys like Tito's out of Texas. And we're like, we're making this vodka in San Francisco.
Right.
Our first batch was 300 cases of it. And
wow.
Yeah, they're doing like 1 million cases a year. So we're like, you should support us. So theirs is also made from corn. Theirs is distilled 6 times. Ours is distilled 7 times.
You got to one-up them.
Yeah.
we did.
7 stills.
That's right.
That's right.
So that's got to be an interesting sales pitch. Ours tastes more like nothing than theirs
How
does.
do you sell vodka?
Yeah.
It's not necessarily that it tastes more like nothing. I think that ours actually kind of does have some flavor to it.
It totally does.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
A lot of people say that ours tastes more like a moonshine than a whiskey. I mean, than a vodka, just because it's made from corn. So you do get a little bit of that, like, sweet, like, canned corn.
Yeah. I can definitely see that.
So it's distilled 6 times through a column still, which is traditional for vodka, and the 7th distillation's on a pot still, which we think adds this viscosity and this nice creaminess to it.
It does have a creaminess to it, for sure.
So I've wondered this.
Wow.
So the shape of the still, like pot still versus the kind of ones you see that vodka are done on, matters to the product in the end?
Yeah, so a regular pot still, the traditional thought is you get a lot more flavor out of it, and you're usually doing a double distillation on that. The vodka is produced on a coffee still, column still, continuous still, where you're getting something called reflux, which is basically as the alcohol is evaporating, it's recondensing down, and it's separating it out, and it's really, really concentrating that alcohol vapor to higher and higher proofs.
Okay, got it.
And so that's traditionally that's what a coffee still is doing in a column still, and it's done with these things called plates with bubble caps on them, and that's what's really driving up that proof.
So, is it at each tier in the column still? It's just capturing a different alcohol or different chemical compound, or is it still capturing the same amount of stuff? Say, as like your first pass through a pot still would. Or are you able to separate it out more on a column still?
Yeah, so basically what it's for is separating it out. So in theory, you could have, one plate with the lowest boiling alcohol, and then the one above it would be the next boiling point, and then up and up, in theory. And then the vapor would have to pass through each one of those. So it would have to be, to vaporize through that, it would have to have a higher boiling point than that liquid's temperature.
Okay.
Or lower boiling point, sorry.
So does it just it allows you more control to then you take back what you've collected from each tier and then are blending them before your next run? Essentially,
it's all in a column. So this is all happening. It's actually the same thing they do when they're refining oil.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same exact concept where you have this tall column that's just separating it out, and the stuff that passes out the top is just super high proof.
Okay. Yeah. We live in refinery area. We know.
Right, yeah.
We know oil, man, for sure.
But the idea with vodka is that you want to take away all of the impurities from the base spirit,
right,
or from the base whatever you're distilling.
Yeah. So, and you guys brought this up before. Is the actual ultimate goal to have it taste like nothing, or do you want some sort of character in it?
Depends on who you're talking to.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of vodka purists say that they want it to be as neutral as possible.
But then, what the fuck's the point? I mean, just to get hammered.
Right.
So, but you guys want a little house flavor.
We do, but at the same time, we were trying to make something that was supposed to be like a blank slate for people, for like cocktail makers to use, just to have a neutral spirit that you can use in a cocktail.
Yeah.
And you can just go in whatever direction you want with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How do you find the reception for this is?
It's great. I mean, it's very clean. It's very smooth. The price point's awesome, so people have loved it. It's locally made.
Yeah.
It's like a big thing. But
Can't beat that shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it just you two making it and then doing the selling also, or do you have people?
So we have a distributor for California. So we're just in California, a little bit in Nevada, a little bit in Arizona, a little bit in
Panama.
You're in Panama too?
A little bit in Panama.
How'd that happen?
Yeah.
It was just these two cool dudes that came up to kind of like us.
Too cool.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They came up to San Francisco and they were touring distilleries throughout the U.S. The distribution company is called Amano, just to give them a plug.
Okay.
But they were going to Coval, St. George, to bring them back to Panama, and they stumbled upon us, and they were like, hey, you want to send some stuff down to Panama? And we were like, yeah.
Yeah, of course we do. Why wouldn't we?
Right, we're two cool dudes.
They were supporting us a little bit. I mean, they came out to like two of our events while they were in town and visited the distillery, and we're just super cool. So
that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Panama.
Yeah, and they said that there's a high proportion of expats in Canada. Canada.
I like Canada, too.
Canada. Never been there.
So many pandas.
You guys popular with the expats down there? You think?
It's going slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How many, if I can ask, how many cases did you send down there?
25 of each whiskey.
Not a ton.
Not a ton.
What? Fuck, that's a lot, though. I mean,
They wanted
you guys are
100.
small.
Yeah,
they wanted 100.
They wanted 100.
Did you just not have it, or you're like, nah, I don't want to?
We didn't have it, actually.
Okay, that's what it was.
What are you up to now annually, production-wise?
So we haven't realized the full capacity of the new space yet, but last year we were producing about 130 cases every month. So I don't know what that is, like 1,500 cases a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
How much volume in a case?
12 bottles.
375 bottles.
12 375s?
Yeah.
Here goes Warren doing math.
375 milliliters?
Come on, human calculator. Go.
That's like somewhere between like 1.25 gallons rounded up.
Oh, man.
That's just times 10.
You're a little slow in your game, dude.
Times 10?
Yeah.
Why times 10?
It's 375, so it's 3 bottles per liter and 3.78.
Oh, I was converting to ballpark ounces.
Okay,
and then
good. Yeah, you're also putting me to sleep with your calculations, Warren.
Hey, it's real interesting stuff.
It is real interesting stuff.
But with the new facility, we're both going to be able to take on new projects, like the 6 new projects we're doing this year, and also increase our capacity and hopefully like expand out of the state. So
wow,
it should be cool.
And out of Panama.
More in Panama.
More in the surrounding area of Panama.
Okay.
So not only are you doing the whiskeys and doing the vodka, but you have bitters.
Yes.
Cocktail bitters.
Correct.
Why would you want? It sounds like you're already super busy. Why would you go ahead and just let's just do another project? Why not, right?
Who knows?
Who knows? So, aren't bitters just essentially you just steep herbs and other things in a neutral grain spirit like vodka? That you're
Yeah. So bitters are usually just like herbs and botanicals and roots and spices that are macerated in high alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to showcase a different flavor for each bitters that we make.
Okay.
So we've tried to select different unique ones. So we have a cranberry, a prickly pear, a cocktail, and a Meyer lemon. So for the cocktail and the Meyer lemon, those are both citrus-based, so we peel the fruit. So cocktail is made from blood oranges, navel, and caracara, and then a bunch of baking spices that we let sit in about a 1 or 2 year old rye whiskey for 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
And then the Meyer lemon's the same, but it's with Meyer lemon.
Yeah.
So those two are just us peeling the actual citrus.
Ugh.
The prickly pear and the cranberry, we're cooking them beforehand and breaking it down.
Okay.
Which sucks.
Oh, God. The whole thing sounds like it sucks. Peeling the lemon sounds like it sucked.
Yeah, it's the worst part of the job.
What's your base for the bitter? Is it the rye whiskey? Are they all
Cocktail is the only one that's based from a rye whiskey. The other ones are the vodka.
Okay, your vodka and your
Our
rye
vodka
whiskeys.
before it's proof down.
Okay.
Yeah, this one
that makes
is
sense.
a different rye whiskey, not ours.
Not yours. Okay.
And then you just age it on the herbs and spices.
Yeah.
And then filter it out, and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're still working on the filtering process.
And so, what the hell's the point of the bitters?
I personally like to use them in soda water or just normal water.
Okay.
I think it's a nice little twist on drinking water. A lot of people use them in cocktails.
If water's boring to you,
I liked him because he's super just straightforward. He's like, I like putting him in water because I like putting him in water.
It tastes good.
It tastes good, and I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But for cocktails, it's just another tool in your toolbox.
Yeah, so we call it the spice rack for the modern mixologist.
Wow.
Ooh.
TM! Right?
Is it on the box? Is that on the box?
Because that should be.
It is.
Nice. Oh, fuck, he's not lying, dude. The spice rack for the modern mixologist.
No TM, though.
No, it should be, though.
Soon.
You should do
TM
it.
coming soon.
Yeah.
Who's that lawyer you plugged?
Beer Law Center. John at Beer Law Center. John, if you're listening, and I know you are, dude.
Bitters
reach out
Law
to these
Center.
guys. Can you use these in beer? I mean, why would you, right? But you can, right?
Why not?
You can use it in anything.
Yeah. Believe it or
would it
not, you
taste
can
good?
dump that in anything.
Would it taste good,
It is
though?
a liquid. Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like, I know you can, dummy, but
Get a
would you?
Belgian wit,
Right.
and then dump some in, and you
I
get
can see
your
the
own-
cocktail
That'd be
bitter's
good.
working well on like a hef or something.
Yeah?
For that orange flavor. It's
Can we,
not-
I mean, you guys have opened up a ton of shit here, but can we try one?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. What is this one?
That one's cocktail.
Is there a right and a wrong way to taste?
Jesus.
Like
so
sample
put your
bitters.
hand out like this.
Yeah.
Blood orange peel, cinnamon stick, clove, allspice, hyssop. Whatever the fuck that is.
It's a bitter.
All right. This is the cocktails. Who's the old guy on there? It's like
supposed
Warren.
to be like some old pharmacologist guy.
Okay. So just do one of these.
Just
No.
Oh.
You put it in like the armpit of your hand.
The armpit of my hand. Okay.
Snuff box.
And then I snort it.
Yeah, snort it. Blast off.
Then you fly to the moon and back.
Tastes pretty good, dude. Tastes good.
Yeah,
Cinnamon
so
stick
usually
clove,
use
yeah,
just
man.
like a couple of drops of that in a cocktail, but that's perfect for like an old fashioned.
You want to try that? Yeah,
I
totally.
do.
That's exactly what I was
This is
thinking.
the cocktail.
Yeah. It's like cinnamon and nutmeg. That'll kind of throw you a little bit, but it's pretty good. How are those being perceived in the community? People like them?
Very well, yeah.
Yeah?
The box sets are crazy. The box sets are $15 a piece for the little 4-pack. So
That's cheap.
yeah,
That's
People
cheap.
go crazy.
Because like you said, a couple drops.
Yeah, I mean that'll
You don't
last
need a
you
whole
for
lot,
your
right?
entire life, basically.
Yeah.
Wow,
It's a lot
dude.
brighter and I would say lighter than like Angostura.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Angostura are the only ones I really know, or like Reagan's bitters or whatever. But
It's not sweet like Peychaud's is or anything like that.
Yeah, we don't add any sugar to the post-processing, which a lot of those guys do.
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, those fuckers. Adding a bunch of sugar and shit.
Yeah, that could be
This
good.
one's kind of
okay.
fun. This one's a prickly pear bitters. So prickly pear is the fruit on a cactus. Not
Okay.
the pear.
Whoa, that smells weird, huh? Prickly pear, cactus paddle. Saw that movie. What does it say? Gentian root?
Gentian
root. Cardamom, coriander, white peppercorn. I'm totally giving away all your shit, right?
Well, if they put it on the bottle, other
it
people
away.
can read it also.
Yeah, so this one we recommend using
Figure it out.
agave spirits.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ah,
Are you
It
supposed to
tastes-
be licking it?
it tastes prickly. I don't know. Am I?
I was just smelling it.
No, I'm tasting
I
it.
like it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you do. Sorry. It tastes prickly. It tastes like your tongue is getting poked at.
It's kind of like a kiwi. So
Yeah,
we use
all right.
we use the prickly pear, and then we also break down cactus pad. So it's got this kind of like funky vegetal flavor to it.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Come on, Warren, get some on
Did
your
you take
fucking
all of
hand.
it? I'm dumping
I
it.
did. That's probably why my tongue shot out of my face.
What?
Oh, wow.
Wow. That's bizarre, man.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you guys been doing that?
Probably like a year and a half, 2 years.
The prickly pear, all of them.
Any of them.
I think we started with Meyer Lemon in like March of 2014.
Right off the bat.
Is there a big demand for bitters like this? I mean, it's San Francisco. It's, hipster land, but I would imagine.
Yeah, I think for cocktail bars, there's a big demand. Ours is more with like people who just want to try out bitters who don't know how to use them. So the box set's been great because it's like 4 different flavors. So it's more for like home bars.
Yeah.
People trying to figure out how to make cocktails.
Did someone come to you and ask you to produce these, or you guys are just sitting around
Actually,
making cocktails one day?
Yeah, so the cranberry bitters is kind of how we got into the bitters. That was a bar called Southside Spirits House in San Francisco.
Okay.
And they were asking us to make a cranberry bitters for a cocktail that used our vodka.
Okay.
Couldn't source the cranberry bitters, so before we actually had this line, I was making like a gallon batches of cranberry bitters at home.
Just anyways?
For them.
Oh, for them. Okay, sorry, yeah.
And then I would take these jars down to Southside Spirit House, and they would use it like once a week.
Wow.
Yeah. So I actually put the recipe for that cocktail on the back of the bottle, too.
That's cool.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome, man. And you got a couple cocktails on the back of the box, too.
Yeah.
Prickly Pear Fizz.
That's non-alcoholic cocktail.
Non-alcoholic, yeah.
No fun.
That's
I could
cool.
see the prickly pear going in something
Cleansing.
lighter, like a gimlet or something like that. I think would be good.
Yeah.
All right.
Gin cocktails in general.
Cranberry bitters.
So cranberry is what everybody calls Christmas in a bottle.
With the cranberry one?
Yeah, it's Christmas spices and cranberry.
I love your guys' artwork.
Thank you.
You guys are doing pretty good.
More naked ladies on that one?
No, it's a whale.
If you can read the copy on it, highly suggest it.
Fuck, dude. My eyes are good, but not that good.
Here, let me read it.
Ward off nasty scurvy with 7 Stills cranberry bitters. Just like whalers did. I can't. Oh, yeah. That's Christmas in a bottle.
Yeah.
It tastes, sort of similar with the nutmeggy kind of thing to the
it's like nutmeg,
to the cocktail.
cinnamon,
Yeah, but wow, that's good.
A little bit of juniper. Really good in gin cocktails.
I bet everybody in the bars are looking at us going, what the fuck are these key people doing, dude?
Drugs.
That's delicious. Bev, you're not... Bev's not even listening.
She would just chug it.
This is a shooter?
Yeah, hey, Bev, we got some shooters.
Yeah.
I'm good, thanks.
Oh, look at Lupe pokes his head around. What is this one? The last one?
Yeah, the last one's Meyer Lemon.
The Meyer Lemon. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that cranberry one with the...
Is that essential oil?
They're bitters.
Yeah.
Read the copy on that one, too.
It is now believed that the secret society known as the Illuminati.
Illuminati.
I don't even want to anymore. You're fired. The Illuminati.
Why would you do that to us?
That's great. I love that.
That's stupid. It's actually brilliant. It's actually really great.
It's so stupid.
The Illuminati. Has anybody ever read that?
I don't know, man.
Because one day you guys are going to get a call just like, fuck you. And hang up. Because that's insane.
Or you'll come and you can't get into your building anymore.
It'll be locked. That would be amazing.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
That's tasty, man. Are you guys big cocktail people, or do you just go right for the spirit?
I go for beer.
Right. He doesn't even like cocktails or spirits.
I don't even drink shit like that. I go right for the beer.
What about you, Clint? Do you make cocktails with all this stuff?
Nah, straight whiskey usually.
Straight?
Yeah.
You're a party guy, dude. You're getting ready for St. Patty's Day.
He's a purist.
Well, here's the important question is, where can people buy this crap?
Yeah.
I'm not crap, but stuff, you know what I mean?
It is brown.
Right.
Yeah.
Some of it.
So you can buy it either from our place in San Francisco, which we just opened. It's actually not open to the public yet, but we're taking tours and stuff like that.
Okay.
Or we're available throughout California in a lot of like specialty liquor stores. You can also find us in like Whole Foods, K&L. It just depends on where you're at, but Cass.
A lot of specialty bottle shops.
Yeah.
Sure.
Can you get it online?
Yeah, there are online retailers that you can buy it. On our site, we have links through to online retailers.
What's your website? 7stills.com?
7stillsofsf.com.
7stillsofsf.com.
San Francisco.
And 7 is spelt out. Yes.
Isn't that weird? Now, these days you have to actually say that shit. 10 years ago, no one would ever thought, the number 7. No one's going to put the number 7 in there.
And so you guys are going to have a tasting room soon where you'll just be open and people can come?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Are you going to do cocktails?
Oh, right.
In the tasting room?
Can you?
I don't think we're legally allowed to.
You have all the licenses, man. Why not?
You have a beer license?
We don't have that one. We can do it for private events, but we can't do it.
Oh.
Actually, we can, but we
have to have a bona fide restaurant.
No, we can we can do a cocktail, but we can only pour 1.5 ounces.
So you can have one cocktail and leave.
And leave. Yeah, you can have this, but you have to get out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think what's going to be more fun about the space, though, is that we can do super small batch releases and have it only available from the tap room instead of doing it to the public. So we'll do, we just distilled our neighbor's Laughing Monk's beer, and we're going to produce 50 bottles of it.
Oh, wow.
So it's just one of those things where it's if you want to try this and have the opportunity to buy one of the 50 bottles, you can get it there.
You got to come actually get off your ass and come get it.
Yeah.
I guess partnering with Uber or Lyft or one of these places.
With Uni.
Because I would get in trouble if I came to your place, for sure.
Yeah.
Pretty much everybody Ubers down.
Really?
Yeah. We're right off the KT line, though, in Bayview, so it's pretty easy to get to.
Are you in the dog patch?
We're in the Bayview.
We were originally in the dog patch in our rectifier days in a 400 square foot warehouse.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was
bigger than some apartments in the city.
Yeah. So we were crammed in there, man.
So you've upgraded.
Yeah, our
that's good.
Upgraded 400 square feet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, I appreciate this. You guys came all the way down here and threw us some good whiskey, man.
Yeah, this is good work.
Yeah,
thanks for
having
having
a good time. Yeah.
Once you guys are open to the public, or if you ever want to just let us in.
Anytime,
yeah, I think I might buy some of this.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the cast strength one, I think. Might be my favorite.
Only available at the tap room.
Oh, shit, Warren. There you
I
go,
guess
man.
I know where I'm going.
Yeah. What are you doing in about 20 minutes?
Yeah, I'll see you guys there.
I'm not going back there.
All right, guys. Before we let you go, I want to talk to everybody about Beersmith right now. Everyone's super familiar with Beersmith, but in case you're not, Beersmith is a fantastic way to organize your recipes, to create your recipes, to upload them to the cloud, I suppose. Whatever. Is that what the kids call the cloud?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a kid, remember?
That's right, you're almost 30.
I'm an old man now.
Beersmith is rad, man. If you guys are formulating new recipes and want an accurate way to keep them and a great way to store your ingredients online and all that kind of stuff, check out beersmith.com. You get a 21-day free trial, so it literally costs you nothing except maybe the half a second it takes to download the stupid thing. And, put all your recipes and you're off and running, man. It has some intense water calculation things going on. You can keep records of all your tasting notes and all that kind of stuff. If you're brewing beer and you're not doing Beersmith, if you're still doing hand calculations, throw your abacus away and jump on the Beersmith train, man. 21-day free trial. Brad over there at Beersmith is working his balls off to make sure everything is super updated and ready to go for you at Beersmith. I like Beersmith.
Show.
We're going to take a break. We're going to take another break. And I think we're going to eat, Bev.
Do we get to eat?
Yes, this should be a long break.
A long break, okay. We're going to take a long break, and then when we come back, we're going to do a little bit of beer news. We're going to talk about not only the Labruski cruise we just went on, but beer camp. We got a lot of things to talk about. Anyway, it's the session. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Brewcasters on the Brewing Network.
With over 20 years of experience making world-class craft beer and more than 100 gold medals in international competitions, Moylan's Brewing Company is not just a pretty face in craft beer. Just ask Brendan Moylan.
What do we got here? The beer of the hour. Moylan's, gotta love that big M. It's like a sign of awesomeness. Woo-hoo! It's got an extra kick to it. Let's pour this bad boy. Oh, yeah. Oh, Moylan's. The end of the night when the kids are finally in bed, the wife's in bed, nobody's bothering your ass anymore. That's Moylan's time. Moylan's is for you. Yeah. It's to help you out. Yeah. It helps me out.
What?
Well, because it's freaking awesome. Northern California brewed. It's brewed with love.
With love?
Oh, yeah. Tremendous. And it's always best where?
Moylan's.
You gotta try it on tap at Moylan's in Novato. They're friggin' awesome. Not only because I own the brewery, because I love the beer.
Cheers!
Boom.
Kilt Lifter Scotch Ale takes big beers to a whole new level with rich malt balanced perfectly with delicate hops, and now comes in 4-pack tall boy cans so you can take the party on the go. Or come to the brewery, take a tour, and try any of Moylan's fresh creations right from the source. Check them out at moylans.com.
Your support of the Brewing Network means everything to us. We couldn't produce shows without you. And we love giving you something extra for that support. Like Brew Your Own magazine. You already know it's a great brewing magazine full of recipes, equipment how-tos, discussions of beer styles, and brewing techniques. Whether you're new to brewing and just starting out or you're an old pro, you'll always learn something from the articles in Brew Your Own. Plus, there are amazing special issues like plans for building a Brutus 10 system, 250 classic clone recipes, and the Homebrewer's Answer Book. Brew Your Own magazine and BYO.com are awesome resources for any brewer, whether for yourself or as a gift. When you subscribe or resubscribe from the Brewing Network homepage, you directly support programs like this. Get a great magazine and support the Brewing Network. Subscribe to Brew Your Own right from thebrewingnetwork.com.
A few things happened 30 years ago.
ARPANET migrated to TCP/IP, and the Internet was born. Revenge of the Jedi was renamed Return of the Jedi and opened in theaters. Mila Kunis and Emily Blunt were born, beginning a rad fantasy in my mind.
But all of that pales next to the fact that HopTech opened its doors and began blowing homebrewers right out of their mash tuns. HopTech doesn't fuck around. Real people shipping awesome shit straight to you. Their new website is fast and easy to navigate. Or just call 800-379-4677 and let badass bitch Jade and the gadget guy Roberto blow their warm load of customer service all over you. So visit the site or visit the store in Dublin, California, and support those that support you. Get your brewing on at hoptech.com.
Hey, my brewing brothers and sisters. This is Jamel Zainashev, and I want to tell you about Heretic Evil Twin. You might be familiar with my homebrew recipe, which uses massive late hopping to create a balance between the malty sweet and the hoppy bitter, along with an outrageous malt and hop character. I wanted a beer with the same bold hop and malt character, so we played around with the homebrew recipe until we were able to make a great commercial version too. We've created a beer rich in malt character, full of caramel, toast, biscuit, and an ever so subtle roast note. On top of that, we piled in an insane amount of Citra and Columbus hops at the end of the boil, as well as in dry hopping. This damn-the-cost approach to hopping gives Heretic's Evil Twin a great blast of citrus and tropical fruit that can't be matched by any other hop. The result is a bold, malty, hoppy, but easy-drinking beer. This is our top seller, our flagship beer, and I couldn't be prouder of it. Cheers.
To find Heretic beers near you, click on Find Some at hereticbrewing.com.
Tampa Bay has become a great destination for craft beer lovers with more than 60 breweries and counting, like Cigar City, Tampa Bay, and Coppertail Brewing. One of the newest breweries is Four Stacks Brewing Company in Apollo Beach. Four Stacks believes that the West Coast can't have all the fun, so while we feature West Coast beer like Stone, Ballast Point, and Green Flash on tap, we also brew hopped up ales to our liking in the West Coast style, even as they're truly Florida. Come in and see for yourself. Four Stacks hosts monthly homebrew club meetings, bottle shares, and partners with local restaurants for free food delivery while you enjoy your pint in their new tap room. Stop by Four Stacks Brewing and support the greater Tampa Bay craft beer scene at a brand new community-oriented independent brewery. Four Stacks Brewing, bringing the best of the West Coast style and attitude. Four Stacks Brewing Company in Apollo Beach, Florida. When I order a beer, I want my server to know more about it than I do. I want someone who enjoys good beer and loves helping others enjoy it too. I want someone who knows how to pour a perfect pint for every beer style. I want a Cicerone.
The Cicerone Certification Program is creating the type of people who help you enjoy great beer. Home brewers and craft beer lovers know beer is more flavorful and complex than ever, and it takes some serious knowledge to store and serve beer right. Cicerones know beer. There are 3 levels in the Cicerone program: Certified Beer Server, Certified Cicerone, and Master Cicerone. Cicerones are truly the sommeliers of beer. The best beer locations have a Certified Cicerone on staff. Relaxed and unpretentious. Cicerones are tested on storing and serving beer, beer styles, flavor and tasting, the brewing process and ingredients, and pairing food with beer. Learn more about your next beer guide at cicerone.org. Certified Cicerone, because it takes top talent to present a perfect pint.
You're listening to the Brewing Network. Because like beer, radio shouldn't suck.
All right, thanks for sticking with us, everybody. That was our last break, and we got a couple fun things for you. But before we jump into it, we've been talking about Brew Jacket. Kind of off and on, actually, on the show, which has been kind of cool. Talked to Aaron over at Brew Jacket, and I want to remind you guys that they have a Kickstarter going. It's an it's an Immersion Pro is what it's called.
That's the model.
It's a heating and cooling, essentially a probe that sits on the top of your carboy, goes all the way down to the bottom. You control your heating, control your cooling. You don't need an extra fridge. You don't need a big giant conical. You don't need to do a lot of stuff that I think we're doing now as homebrewers. There's no need for like you got to cool it down where you put it in a little kiddie pool with a T-shirt over the thing or whatever and blow a fan on it.
Oh, yeah. I've done the frozen ice water bottles in a cooler trick.
Have you?
Yeah.
Does it work?
It does. But you have to take care of it a couple times a day. Yeah. This is way better.
No, it's awesome, man. It packs away on a closet shelf. You can go on the website, actually, check it out, brewjacket.com. The probe pulls off of the actual base unit with the fan and all the controls and stuff like that. And you can actually store it easily, which to me is part of the problem of home brewing equipment. Sometimes it just doesn't break down very easily. It's very well designed, but Aaron over at Brew Jacket has pretty much thought of everything.
Yeah, it doesn't increase it doesn't increase your footprint of your equipment. If you can fit a carboy somewhere, this thing will fit.
Yeah. So check it out. Go to brewjacket.com, and there's a direct link over there to the Kickstarter program, which I believe Aaron was saying that is ending in a couple of days.
3 days, I think?
In 3 days, yeah. And so I know they got some special pricing. I think it's like as low as $200. Well, yeah, $199 per unit with a September 2016 delivery date.
Yeah. Just in time for winter.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome, man. I'm stoked about it. Brewjacket.com. Check them out. Aaron seems like a nerd, giant nerd.
Yeah, he also sounded Canadian.
Oh, shit. You think he's Canadian? Maybe
he sounded like Blobber, so I'm guessing like northeastern Canadian.
Maybe just Midwest, man.
Maybe.
All right. For those of you on the live feed, you're looking at my fat gut because we have a special game we're going to play here. Justin, you guys remember Justin?
We have a special guest, Justin Krausley.
Hi, I'm a guest on my own show. This is amazing.
It's pretty good, right?
I feel like I like this side of the table.
Has our producer been treating you well?
Well, she did not welcome me, and that's part of the producing tasks.
That's bullshit.
She wouldn't. I just asked her to get me a beer. Like, she's supposed to make our guests comfortable. She wouldn't even get me a beer.
I did see the giant eye roll that she gave you for that.
Yeah, and she hit me
hard.
She hits people.
I do.
I think I'm pretty sure that's not part of the policy.
No, it definitely is. I don't know if you read fine print, but it's in there.
Yeah, the contract you signed.
I might have to rewrite the job description because I got hit.
So Jay, what are we doing today? We have a special game to play.
Yeah, so a couple of things. I thought that it'd be fun to be a guest on my own show. And
how's that going for you, by the way?
So far, it's really nice. I feel like we make people comfortable.
Okay.
And have a little fun in here.
Okay.
So I like that. I feel like I'm running my voice through a voice disguiser right now, otherwise known as a pack of cigarettes.
Right. It smells like it, too.
Well, it's also the microphones that you give us compared to yours.
Right. They're terrible.
Yeah.
But that's by design. I mean, I've known that for years.
That's true.
You tear us down to build yourself up. Right?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, if anybody's surprised by that piece of information, you know. So I thought we'd come and give you an update on me. So that people...
He's still here.
I felt like people should know that I'm not dead and that I haven't left or given up on the Brewing Network.
That's good. This is good. This is good information.
Yeah. I'm still here, but first of all... What did you guys do? You drove away the rest of the staff with your antics?
Yeah,
because it's the Beardy and JP show now?
I was a little concerned that Tasty was like he parked up in the parking structure and then had a massive coronary, and then he's like slumped over, and so somewhere there's a horn just been going on and on for like 3 hours.
Did you send someone to look for him?
No, but we did have an in memoriam moment.
We did
at the beginning of the show.
This is the in memoriam Tasty episode.
Yeah, this is yes.
Did he not tell you he wasn't going to be here?
No, he did not.
He texted me at like 5 o'clock and said, I'm on my way to New Zealand. I'll be back in 10 days. And I just assumed that he had already had that conversation with you.
No.
But no. Why is he texting me? He knows I haven't been on the show in like 6 weeks.
Because you're his boss.
I guess
JP.
so, yeah.
I forgot that he was going to New Zealand. I know that's why he couldn't go on the Labruski cruise.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that was like, it seems like forever ago.
No, he didn't want to go on the Labruski cruise because we couldn't get him his own room.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Right.
So he refused to bunk, which was probably fine for whoever would have had to bunk with him.
Totally.
He snores really, really loud.
He does.
So that's why I didn't do that. But then, now he's at the New Zealand Homebrew Conference.
Okay.
The equivalent of the American Homebrew Conference type thing over there. Him, John Palmer.
Okay. John Palmer.
I want to say Chris White is going out to that.
Sure.
I think so.
James Spencer from the other brewing podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, so
that sounds pretty cool.
I guess he's gone for like 10 days, but I did assume that he had told you that. And so when I didn't feel quite, now I feel even worse. So when 6 o'clock came around, it's just you and Beardy. What did you think? You just
correction when
rude.
When 5:59 came around and it was still just me.
Yeah. Oh, because Beardy wasn't even here.
No. But then when 6 o'clock rolled around and Beardy rolled in, it threw me for a little bit. I'm not going to lie, but I was trying to pump myself up, and then we had some audio issues and shit like that, and that tore me down pretty good. But look, it's fine. Doc, I was totally expecting Doc to be here, and then he's like, I'm going to Austin. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I think
this is your show.
Right, the whiskey show, which is why, I could have even potentially come back this week because I'm around, but I thought, oh, you guys got this. I figured you, Beardy, and Doc would do the perfect whiskey show, and I guess you and Beardy did a whiskey show.
Yeah.
If you even want to call it that.
Okay, yeah.
It was really cool. I actually had no idea they were using beer, like craft beer, as their wash to distill.
Yeah, they make beer first and then distill it.
So it's kind of cool. And they're doing a bunch of cool collabs.
Jamil sent them our way, and so I knew that they'd be quality whiskey makers, at least artisans of some kind. Yeah. Did you like the whiskey?
I really do. Yeah.
Okay.
I have some here. You want to try some?
No.
Are you sure?
No, I don't drink whiskey.
But you should. You should start.
I had to drink cocktails on the cruise. My staff here at the Hop was asking me about that, and because there wasn't, I mean, there was a bunch of good beer, but then when it got late at night, certain bars didn't have good beer anymore.
Yeah,
so we switched to like mojitos and shit, and I don't really drink liquor.
Yeah,
so I think that's part of why
I think you proved why.
You did fine on the cruise.
Oh God,
that's why I felt so bad.
Yeah, you got hurt, man. Yeah, the cruise was cool. There was a lot of good craft beer, but since it's so huge and they want you to walk around the ship, they had a bunch of different satellite bars, and each bar had a different beer. It wasn't the same beer across all the things.
Right.
So that did kind of make it difficult if you're a lazy, fat guy like me, and you're all the way aft, and you want to go port? No.
Wow, look at you with your wrong boat lingo.
4 is the front, aft is the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're in the back and you want to go to the front for the the special pale or whatever, you just walk 10 feet to the mojito bar, and that did. That kind of solved the problem.
Who's got time to walk 600 feet when you're in the middle of the ocean?
Not me, dude.
Well, if you don't mind, I would like to talk more about the cruise, but I wonder if maybe our guest would like to help interrogate us when we get to that. So
okay, yes, let's do that.
It wasn't just me. I brought a special guest along with me.
Okay.
And we thought we'd play a game where you get to guess the Guest. So those of you who are fans of the show and who have been listening for years, I think will be happy to hear from and might be able to guess our secret guest.
The secret guest.
So I think we have some callers on the line.
We do.
I'll give clues to the callers, and we'll see if one of them can guess who our secret guest is.
Okay, should we have them all on at the same time? I believe so. That would probably be the only fair way to do it, right?
That's the only fair way, but I'm afraid someone's just going to start blurting out people, and then it's over anyway.
Yeah, Mike.
They should have to buzz in.
Okay, so let's put them all on. Let's see what we can do.
Will I be playing along with everybody?
Well,
since I can't see 2 seats down.
Since you're blind anyway. Yes, Beardy is playing along.
How do I do this?
Double click on any one of them, and you'll lock them in. Yeah, so if you get a solid yellow, there you go. Now that person's locked in.
All right, line 1, we have Blobber.
Oh, Blobber Gloppy Gloop Gloop Glop is on the line.
Hi, guys.
Hi, buddy.
Hi, Blobs.
Hi.
Blobber sent me a nice message saying that he's loving the show and that you're doing a great job, but that he misses me.
Oh, that's nice.
Not that he misses me on the show or anything, just that he misses me.
Just in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Blobber's a liar.
Yeah.
It's a nice message.
The air's thin up there.
Yeah. Okay, and then we're going to go...
We've established that on Ears Up.
And then on line 2, we're going to have... James.
Hi, James.
Yeah. Hey.
James, where are you calling from?
I'm in Athens, Georgia.
All right.
Yeah,
welcome to the show.
All right, fellow Greek. And then line 3, that's an Athens joke. We have Sean, and he's calling from Florida.
Hello, Sean.
What's up, guys?
We invaded your state recently.
Yeah, we did.
Could you feel us?
Yes, I follow you guys on Twitter and saw the goings-on.
Okay.
And saw Justin in Tampa, about an hour north of where I live.
Yeah, I invaded 2 parts of your state. First Tampa, and then I rented a total bro car.
Oh, what did you rent?
I rented a convertible Mustang.
Oh wow!
Crisis.
You just drive down the coast, top down.
Totally rented a midlife crisis mobile, and I drove from Tampa to Miami with the top down through the Everglades.
What were you listening to?
You're such a
Journey.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I had a hooker. I was getting BJs on the way. It was.
You got Roadhead?
I got Roadhead. I did the whole thing.
Wow.
I had a cigar in one hand and a handful of hair in the other.
Your hair.
I was holding the steering
Driving
wheel.
with your knees?
Yeah, nobody was holding the steering wheel. The midget was holding the steering wheel, if you must know.
I knew it.
All right, callers.
Make
Well,
your dick look so big.
we're going to have you guys chime in, so when Justin gives you the clue to whatever it is we're doing, you just shout your name. I feel like that's probably good enough.
Yeah, that seems good.
Are you guys ready to play? We need a name for the game, bro.
Guess the guest.
Wow, we're good.
Who did?
Good job.
This is why I'm quitting radio.
Here we go. Guess the guest.
All right.
All right. Can everyone hear? Is everyone fine?
Yeah.
Buzz in with a guess. You're only going to get 2 guesses each. So don't just blurt out names if you're not ready, because we're gonna hang up on you once you've buzzed in twice.
Once I read the manual to figure out how the fuck to do that.
We will try to hang up on you.
Yeah. Every attempt will be made.
All right, your first clue is this friend of the Brewing Network once won a silver medal for Blondale. Shit, because I don't have a lot of other clues. All right, that's clue number 1.
So are we going to make them use their guess?
Did I hear James?
No.
No, you just heard me laughing because that was a shitty clue.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right.
Blobber, go ahead.
Is it Don Gordon?
Who the fuck is Don Gordon?
Well, he's Don Johnson's cousin.
Oh.
Okay, great.
It is not Dan Gordon. Good guess? Good guess, Blobber. Okay. Your next clue is...
so Blobber has one more guess. And
yes,
he's gone.
And then he's out.
All right.
Okay. This longtime friend of the Brewing Network always claimed to know more about beer than me.
That's a low bar.
James.
All right, James?
Is it Jamil?
It is not Jamil, although Jamil does fit.
Accurate, yes.
Yeah, he claims to know more. He doesn't actually know more than you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he definitely knows more, and he's won a medal for blonde, so I'm going to say that I got it right.
Self-declared winner.
Good point. But,
he just threw out his second chance.
But he's not sitting in the studio. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
This is the mystery guest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think hard, man.
I've been thinking all day of clues that won't give it away.
I'm trying to as well, but
I just had one, but I lost it. Okay. This friend, very, very good friend of the Brewing Network, looks great in a dirndl.
Blobber?
Go ahead, Blobber.
Second guess, Blobber.
Boy, it's got to be Daniela.
It's Daniela!
Whoa!
Daniela, welcome back to the studio.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Daniela.
That was quick.
It always is on the Brewing Network.
For the record, I do know more about beer than Justin.
Come on, still she thinks.
And I should. And my wife's German, so I concur. No one looks better in the dirndl. than a German.
Thank you.
All right, so our secret guest is Daniela. Thank you for playing. Blobberglop is the winner. All you win, Blobber, is one sentence from Daniela in German. And I don't know if it's going to be a nice thing she has to say to you or a mean thing she has to say. I'll leave that to the two of you. But your win is one sentence from Daniela, all in German.
Right now?
Yeah, you could wait if you want.
Oh,
You want to think about it for a minute?
I want to think of it.
Do you remember Blobberglop?
Oh, yeah, I do. I was happy to hear that he's on the line, actually.
Blob, would you like to sing a song for Daniela?
For honor.
For old time's sake.
Well, of course I would, but I don't know what to sing. I've been contemplating singing the Pokemon theme song for a little while, but
okay. Well, that seems fine to me. Well,
can
to do right now.
Can I just make an observation? It's like Blobber hit puberty when he found out Daniela was on the phone. Because it was like, this is Blobber. Now suddenly it's like this. I was contemplating thinking that blah, 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 blah.
But all you can think about is Pokemon.
No, that's true.
Well, why don't we do this? We can drop the other two callers. Thank you guys so much for playing. I'm sorry that the clues were not the best clues in the world. And then we'll keep Blobber on hold. Blobber, while Daniela's thinking of a German sentence, you can think of a song to sing, and we'll put you on hold for a few minutes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's amazing.
So let's hold him.
All right.
All right. So Daniela is here visiting. Daniela and Flo, actually, who you might remember was our German beer expert on the first show we ever did. He still claims he's no expert. I think all I made you do was describe the Helles style or something in the very first episode. They're both here visiting, and I asked them, could you visit over a Monday? Because I think that the listeners would think it just really cool to hear your voice again on the show. I get asked about you all the time, you know.
Oh, I love to hear that.
No, it's really creepy.
Not a good kind of ask.
No, it's always okay, not always. Occasionally people will just say, how's Daniela doing? And then that's very nice, right? They want to know how you're doing.
Yeah.
More often than not, though, it's what happened with you and Daniela? I know these people. I'm going to tell. I don't even talk to you guys. You're some of my best friends in the world. People, what happened with Daniela?
They want the TMZ.
Oh man, and I always think how could you ask somebody that? So anyhow,
because you're so open, your life is an open book.
Right. No, I guess. Yeah. So I always just deflect. I'm always like, she was a bitch.
Well, next time you just tell them I couldn't take your homebrew anymore.
That's a good answer.
Low blow.
She likes good beer, so she couldn't stick around.
I always just tell them how you're doing. My answer is always to skip over any of that nonsense, our personal life, and just go, you know what, Danielle's doing great. And so what year did you leave? Let's call it leave the show, because I think that's more polite.
Then what?
Then leave me.
Oh, then leave me. Oh, God.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
What year did you leave the show and move back?
So I left the show in 2007.
Quitter.
Are American
what
years
year did you dodge a bullet?
Really? You were only here for 2 years of the Brewing Network? I thought it was long. It seemed a lot long. Yeah. It felt longer.
It did feel long, for sure.
That's part of the reason
the time felt
why
long.
she left.
Are German years the same as American years?
We do count the same way.
Okay. All right. I feel like, okay.
And where did you go?
I went back to Munich. That's my hometown.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you've been there pretty much.
I've been there. I live in the city of Munich, and yeah.
What's your address?
Now that's a trick question.
Yeah. I'm going back to Munich to visit you this year.
I know.
Also,
awesome.
Back to Oktoberfest.
Yeah, great.
You don't sound excited to go to Oktoberfest, though, Daniela.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, I am excited about Oktoberfest every year. Like, the first year I went back, so 2007, I had my personal record in Oktoberfest. I went there 14 consecutive days.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
In 2007.
That's a round of applause right here.
Yes.
How many days are there?
16.
What were you doing the last 2?
I know. I'm so sorry.
Puking
I felt terrible. Like, it was not the last 2 days. I built in 2 days during the period of 16 days to recover a little bit.
Okay. So let me get this straight. You were so devastated without me the year that you went home that you spent more time at Oktoberfest getting drunk than ever before.
I think
Am I hearing this right?
Yeah, that got lost in translation, I think. So I'm not quite sure what the word devastated means, but yeah.
I think you're looking for celebrating,
what
actually.
Justin said.
Right. Boy, you went and had a party. Amazing.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And now, do you work? Or are you rich? Are you homeless?
Should Justin be jealous?
Should Justin be moving to Munich? That's what he's trying to probe.
Right.
So what are you, rich or something?
Yeah.
That was like the first question ever you asked me.
When I first met you? When I was thinking of starting the BN?
Yeah.
So, are you rich?
Yeah. On a scale from super rich to ultra, how rich are you?
No, I have a good life. I mean, I work.
Mm-hmm. Like you do. You have a job.
I have a job.
You were always in marketing.
I am still in marketing, so I do that for an insurance company, art insurance company.
Okay.
Art insurance?
Uh-huh.
Like, I want to insure my Picasso?
I want to insure my Picasso, exactly that.
That's actually what it's called. Yeah, I want to insure my Picasso.com.
It seems like a clunky name.
.de. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and between going to Oktoberfest and beer garden season in Munich, I also got married.
You got married?
Yes.
Wow.
I married a Lufthansa pilot.
What? Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Is he also healthy and handsome?
Yeah, and didn't recently start taking up smoking?
And doesn't have a beer gut?
No beer gut.
Is he at least my age?
He's 49.
Well, how old are you? 50-something,
I'm
right?
38. I'm 38.
You claim to be, but I'm not sure. I've never seen a passport.
You're older than I am.
That's just ridiculous.
Wow. You bring her back here to insult
Beardy,
her.
what would you say? That's just a lie, right?
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't look a day over 55.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Did you meet him at Oktoberfest
No.
during your drunken stupor?
Well, here's the rule. Rule number 1.
Yeah.
People you meet at Oktoberfest is not marriage material.
Really?
Oh.
Why not?
I could see that, actually. I have been there once, and I think you're right about that.
Well, but you were at Oktoberfest, and you got married, so clearly you're marriage material, but just not at that situation, not at that moment in time.
That's exactly right. It's not that situation, that moment of time.
Okay.
Like, you have to... Oktoberfest is like the craziest place on earth.
Yeah.
Like, it's... I don't know, Flo, how many people go to Oktoberfest during 16 days? 6 to 7 million people from all over the world
That's
getting
a good target,
hammered.
though. That's a great target.
Wow.
Yeah, but you want to find your wife there?
Yes!
Okay, well, that's
Common
legit.
interest.
But like a normal person would not want to find their wife there.
Okay,
but you
yes,
do get
you're
to
right.
see a lot of the traits that you're interested in. And,
Yeah. How well she can lift a stein.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
How many steins she can carry.
Does she need me to hold her hair back when she pukes? Because I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You get a pretty decent view of
The goods.
The goods.
Yeah, the huge tracts of land.
Yes.
Is she comfortable with me peeing at the table?
Yeah. I saw some hot chicks at Oktoberfest.
I've seen all those things happening, actually. Like, Oktoberfest has the hill of puke.
Oh, God.
Hill? The hill of puke.
And it's right next to the hill of
urine?
getting laid.
Oh!
The hill
What? Right next to
We
it.
have designated spots in the park during Springfest.
For puking
the area
and
of
sexing?
puke and the area of sex.
I want to work
Maybe we
the
can
area
get
of
sponsored.
sex.
Yeah, I would love it.
By AdamandEve.com.
Maybe EJ Fair next door will sponsor the Hill of Sex.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. All right, so you did not meet him at Oktoberfest.
No.
Okay, that's fair enough. How long have you been married now?
Oh, that's a trick question again. We got married in 2010, so you do the math.
6
It
years.
only
5
took
to
you
6
3
years.
years to get over me. I feel like I gave you so much of my life.
Not even get over you, but to get over you enough to get married.
Right.
So I feel like it must have been 6 months, maybe a year, and
I
that's
pictured
it, right?
you almost homeless, crying in the streets, calling Flo every 6 hours.
Flo, what am I going to do with my life right now?
This is how I thought things went. That's how I pictured it all this time.
So how it went is actually I did call Flo every 6 hours, but we
Yeah.
were just partying so hard.
Where you at?
Yeah.
Flo, I thought you were my friend.
Flo, where is all the coke you were promising me? I need to get through the hill of puke. and I
Did
can't
you
touch
go
it.
home into a drug stupor? Did you pick up cocaine and heroin?
Well, you know me, I don't do that shit.
No. Well, I thought maybe I
No.
drove you. Okay, fine. So you've been married since 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you have a child.
I do have a child.
Little Maxie.
Maximilian Leonard.
Oh, that's a good
Wow.
name. You
That
are
is right.
so
German.
fucking
Yeah.
German. It's
Is he
amazing.
already a CEO? Sounds like he should be
Sounds like
running
it,
a
right?
company.
You have always been the most German person I know.
CEO,
Thank you.
a CEO or a vampire?
Oh, maybe.
Maximilian.
Maximilian. Well, it sounds like you're doing wonderful
Cute
out
kid.
there. And you still drink Helles as your favorite beer, or have you branched out?
In Munich, it is still my favorite beer, but you will be happy to hear that the microbreweries are starting to grow there too.
Oh, I've heard about your fucking microbrewery.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
Like the one who likes to steal other people's logos, for example? Is that the type of microbrewery
it's
we're
very
talking
German.
about?
is that the bottle I brought you by mistake?
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Daniela visited
accident.
last year and brought me beer, and she's like,
Right.
"Hey, this is this new microbrewery," and I lost my shit
Yeah.
because right there on the label is on the neck label is my little hop grenade,
Right.
and you didn't even notice the hop grenade on there.
I'm sorry. I still feel bad, actually.
I was so pissed. I was like, the balls on you. Bringing me this. Now, you told me that you would go back home after that trip and get a piece of their ear.
Yeah, I still got to do that, actually.
It's on the to-do list.
That Lufthansa pilot's keeping her busy, man.
I would
Leave her
like
alone.
us, when I visit in September, I would like us all to go in. Kate's coming with me. We'll have some other friends with us. All in my Hop Grenade T-shirts.
Oh,
and
God.
just sit and have a beer. I just want to be passive-aggressive about the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't even.
know.
Just have it say the original hop grenade.
Oh, we could have new ones made.
Well,
That's a good idea.
I give you. Let's work out the details, but we'll do something about it. Okay?
The beer's not very good, though.
Beer's
Right.
okay.
It's not.
I hear it's not very good. That's what I hear.
Yeah.
You're not being objective, which I understand. but
The one you brought me objectively was shit.
Well, you shattered the bottle
What
on the
would
floor
Flo
when you
say
saw it,
now?
so you didn't taste it.
Flo, do you like
Flo,
this?
was it good?
Here, talk into the thing.
He's on. I got him.
So just say yes or no. Do you like it or not?
It's okay.
All right, well,
I
it's
think,
okay.
I think Blobber's singing.
I don't like
Oh.
this answer.
I'm sorry, guys.
No,
He's warming up.
He's just warming up.
Yeah.
Listen, the pressure's on. It's Daniela. He's got to sing a
True.
good.
Are you ready to sing, Blobby, or should I put you back on hold?
Yes, but you have a choice. Let me put the pan down in the car because I'm sitting in the car because I'm not stupid anymore. I've grown too, you know.
Oh, good, Blobber.
I don't sing in the house anymore.
We're all growing
because I
up.
love my wife, and I don't want to be murdered tomorrow night.
Well done.
Not tomorrow
So
night.
I'm sitting tomorrow night. No, later when I'm sleeping. So I'm going to sing in the car so that no one is woken in the house. So
Wow,
you guys can either you have a choice. I don't like this, but I'm giving you a choice. It's either Total Eclipse of the Heart,
Oh.
Ooh.
or A Whole New World.
Tough choice.
Super tough.
I think.
I go with the Eclipse of the Heart.
Okay. Choice is
So A Whole New World it is.
All right, Blobber.
Okay.
The floor is yours.
Well, what do you want? Blood pressure is strong here.
You say your blood pressure is strong?
Yeah.
I have that too now.
Oh, dear.
We grow.
Well, yeah, eat more poutine, dude.
Okay. How about I hear something in German first? I don't know.
Have you prepared your sentence?
Oh yeah, I'm so gonna encourage you now. Ich weiß genau, du wirst jetzt eine super Melodie singen und du hast vielleicht noch ein Glas Bier bei dir in deinem Auto und ich freue mich jetzt schon auf deine Performance.
She said, hello, Blobber.
Don't fuck this up.
I didn't know you could speak backwards. That was pretty cool.
Thanks,
I'm pretty sure she said you're going to have a good performance. Das ist gut, ja.
There you go.
Okay. Okay. So this is
1
true.
and 2 and a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit terrified. Then I see the look in your eyes. Turn around, bright eyes. Every now and then I fall apart. Turn around, bright eyes. Every now and then I fall apart.
He's gone
and
deep.
I need your love tonight. And I need you more than ever. And if you hold me tight, we'll be holding on forever.
Forever's gonna
we'll only be making it right. It will never be wrong together. We can take it to the end of the line.
It's the grunge
Your life is like a shadow for me all the time. All the time.
Jesus.
I don't know what to do, and I'm always in the dark. We're living the power, something giving off spark. Giving off spark. And I need your love tonight. And I need your love tonight.
You never disappoint, Blobber.
Yeah. Canadian garage rock.
Wow.
Car rock.
Car rock.
Yeah.
Never, ever disappoint.
Schumann's here and he's saying goodbye.
I have the heated seats help.
Your singing made Schumann leave.
Yeah.
All right, Blobber.
Thank you for that, Blobber.
Thank you for another wonderful performance, Bob.
Yes. Thanks, Bobby.
I aim to please. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
And nice to hear you again, Daniela. It was a pleasure.
Well, thank you so much for guessing me.
That's a weird statement.
Yeah.
Bye, Bobby.
Bye-bye.
All right, night.
Now, can you get a good pale ale in Munich now, or a good IPA in Munich?
You can. Well, it's not to the standards of Americans probably yet.
Okay.
But you can. Like, as I said, it's like microbreweries are starting to, like, not only brew lager, so they're experimenting. So it's, yeah.
What do the Germans
I think it's a
think?
start.
What do the locals think? Because there was a time when really, ale was for England and lager was for Germany.
Yeah.
And so...
No, the young generation doesn't perceive that anymore, so they think differently. So I think it's a great start. Like, we even have a tap house now in Munich, which is cool. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Like with a variety of different beer styles?
Variety of different beer styles, not like the German beer, like the Munich brewed beers on tap, but different beers, which is awesome. So it's a start.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I like to see that.
Yeah. Well, I'll take you.
Can I open it? Well, I can't now because of the brewery, but would a Hop Grenade tap house work in Munich?
I'm 100% convinced.
Also,
already, then.
Probably also because of like the military context of the Hop Grenade. Germans would really embrace that. I feel like they like aggression.
They do.
I feel like it might still be too soon.
Look at me. I love aggression.
You've been angry since you got here.
Right.
Well, Justin, I've always been angry at you.
This interview is so hostile.
What else could it be? It's still you.
I feel like a Hop Grenade would work great in Munich.
Yeah. Yeah, let's think about that.
Will that douchey brewery let you use them?
No, they won't. They'll say, we own it here because they stole it.
Yeah.
And you know what they would say? If you let us sell our beer in America with the Hop Grenade, we'll let you open one here. But
what are you going to say?
I'm not about to do that.
Well, then how are you going to open a Hop Grenade there?
I'll call it something. I'll call it like the Hop Grenade.
Oh, like a French bistro kind of a thing.
Yeah,
got it.
and I'll turn I don't know what I'll do. I'll make it a hot missile. Like, it's not hard to come up with another good logo, by the way, you fucking assholes.
No, it's just we've stuck with the same one for fucking 9 years because some guy made it for us.
No, I know, and I'm not calling you it. I'm calling them assholes because it's not hard for them to come up with it. So I'll show them. What I'll do is I'll open a tap house there. I'll come up with another great brand that's fucking perfect, and then just go, see? Use your brain, you shitwad. Like, you don't have to fucking go around stealing everybody's ideas.
I'm wondering,
the Germans are the
who
aggressive
is the
ones.
angry person in our room?
Listen,
there were a lot of feelings
I'm
there.
still in a lot of therapy, Daniel.
JP, can I try some of that whiskey, please?
Yes, would you like some?
Yeah.
There you go.
This is, do you have a glass?
Shit's going to get weird.
I'm just going to use your glass, friend.
All right, let's
That's
do that.
fine.
Now, Daniela, something that never happened when you were on the shows before was you getting topless. Is there any chance that we have if there's a couple of glasses of whiskey,
Man, let it go.
would you consider getting topless on the radio?
Right.
I totally would have if he would not have called out my bra size just before, like 10 minutes ago.
That was off air.
And you offended me.
Close, wasn't I?
I didn't hear it, so if that makes it any
Well, we
difference.
didn't clarify what it was, but I know I was close.
Oh, okay.
He said I was a 36 double D.
Wow.
I just smacked him in the face.
But I'm close.
I'm 34, you.
Right,
dick.
that's the thing. You never guess above 34.
Right.
There you go.
Right.
I love
As a
that
gentleman.
beardy dude.
Yeah.
You're awesome.
34 under.
Beaver, what are you?
He's not very awesome.
No, I'm not.
I am a 36 double D.
That a girl. Yeah.
Well, let's see if one looks better. Let's see if we can tell the
Would
difference.
you consider the two of you having a boob off?
Nice try.
Yeah, alone in here, just the two of us.
Okay,
We'll close the blinds. It's fine.
Listen.
No, you guys have to leave.
We'll leave. Just tell us it happened. That's enough.
We'll
Do
listen.
that after the
here
show,
and talk.
Beverly.
Just let us know that it
Just
happened.
tell them things got weird and they have to leave it.
The last time the two of you were on the show, or that we were all together, there was no children, there were no husbands. You were much nicer.
There was only one living girlfriend.
Yeah. So now everything's changed.
I know. Good times, huh?
All right. What is your favorite non-German beer style now, Daniela? And how's that whiskey?
Can I call out a brewery?
Sure, yeah.
Do what you want.
So I went to the city of San Francisco today, and we went to the Magnolia Brewing Pub in the Haight-Ashbury, because the Haight-Ashbury is my favorite part of San Francisco, obviously.
Okay, sure.
For obvious reasons, right?
Right, because you like the smell of urine. Yeah.
Right. Do they not have homeless people in Germany?
They don't.
You get to see the zoo.
No, it's just so colorful, I would say. So anyhow, we went to Magnolia, and we had the Kölsch there, the California Kölsch.
Okay.
Yeah.
And seriously, that was the favorite beer of this trip.
Of the trip.
Really?
Oh, cool.
Flo, you liked it too.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I would call it the best Kolsch in California.
Really?
And it might be one of the best in the U.S. Yeah.
Well, I would even call it the best Kölsch, period. I think it's better than
What?
Well, no shit. I think it's better than the Kölsch you would actually drink in Cologne.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
We better call Dave and tell him.
So Dave,
Oh, wait, I don't have his number.
awesome job.
Okay.
Flo was just disappointed that, like, usually in America, everything is, like, supersized and oversized and, like, big.
right.
But they serve it in the actual Kölsch glass, so Flo was pissed.
The proper this time you wanted a bigger
Right.
glass.
Yeah, of course.
You were getting ripped off.
0.2, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wanted a big gulp.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's a great way to serve a beer. Big gulp.
Yeah.
You know what? So when I go to Germany this year, I'm going to Cologne only to try the Kolsch. I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah.
And so I'm feeling like I should go to Magnolia first and calibrate, go taste it,
Good
and
idea.
then go taste it fresh in Cologne and see if I feel the same, like that it's a better made or.
I would do it afterwards because you don't want to set yourself up and then all you're touring around, Cologne and be like,
That's a good idea.
Yeah, don't ruin it.
I have been thinking about it for years going there. So you're right. I don't want to get there and go, well, could have stayed in the hate.
Right.
But it is the homosexual capital of Germany.
Cologne.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have nothing
So
against
not a
that.
waste of time.
Maybe it's the gay water.
Right. So I'm not going to meet any chicks. It's the gay.
San Francisco.
Oh,
makes
right.
A good Kolsch.
Gay
Cologne
Wow.
makes a good
Right.
Kolsch.
He's super smart.
Or maybe it's cologne's kind of spelled like colon.
We're going to have to tell Colin Kaminsky in the next water book version 2 that he's going to have to discuss gay water.
They didn't talk at all about gay water.
Yeah.
I feel ripped off.
Yeah.
Totally sorry for bringing it up.
I'm going to make a good call.
I need a new chapter. I need an addendum.
Oh my God. I love it. All right, so that was your favorite beer here. We went to Russian River yesterday, too.
Yeah. I wish he wouldn't have mentioned it because I love Vinny and his beers.
Yeah.
But I was just...
The whole experience wasn't good?
No, the whole experience was... Well... I mean, I was blown away by how busy that place is. Like, they made it, like, we had to stand in line outside of the brew pub for 50 minutes just to sign in.
Yeah.
And then,
just to sign in.
Just to sign in. Yeah,
wow.
They changed the way they do it.
It's totally worth it. So, like, we were not upset or anything. And when you get in and you get to taste the beer, it's, like, so worth it. But it's, like, I was amazed how busy that place is.
Always, they're just printing money.
They are, totally
and,
are.
you know, like, it's almost unfair. But, like, we all know, like, Vinny's beer is fantastic. So maybe I'm being unfair when I say, like, the Kolsch was my favorite on this trip.
Yeah.
Because, like, Vinny's beer is always, like, my favorite, you know.
Well,
like,
yeah, but that's like the that's like the knowable thing.
There you go.
You know what I mean? It's a given that Vinny's beer is fantastic. So aside from the thing that everybody knows.
Exactly.
Right?
It was the Kolsch from Magnolia.
Do you have anything like that in Germany, comparable in Munich, to a place where you have to wait 50 minutes outside just for the opportunity to write your name on, to wait some more?
Not at all. And I told Flo, I said, look, we got to get that right because we got to bring this to Germany.
Yeah.
We're going to be made.
Isn't that how Oktoberfest is? If you don't have a spot planned out, you're just sitting waiting.
Yeah, but it's not for the quality of the beer that you're waiting in line.
Oh,
you know, it's just
It's the quantity.
It's the quantity. Right. Volume.
It's all volume.
How do you like that whiskey?
I love it, actually.
So the fellas made a chocolate oatmeal stout with some peat smoke in it, and then they distilled it into a whiskey.
Nice.
It's pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm. And maybe I should try the other bottle, too.
All right, now we're talking.
Let's not get too...
Give her the whiskey.
Give her some
so
more
cheap,
whiskey.
JP.
So, Danielle,
free whiskey.
More importantly, what do you think I could get you and Kate to make out? Like, is that weird?
Will the world explode?
What happened? Is that strange?
Well, Kate is super nice and super attractive, so not weird in that sense.
Okay, so a couple more glasses of whiskey.
Okay.
Like, I don't even think I could sit here and judge you any harder
than you're doing right now.
Yeah, it's like
Daniela?
I'm at full judgment right now.
Have you ever met me?
I have.
So how did you not think this wasn't going to be my line of question?
I knew it was going to be a thing, but I always hold out hope.
Yeah, like Beverly, I was not surprised by that question at all. He's been asking me for days.
I know.
Just kiss her.
So welcome back to California, Daniela. This is Kate. Nice to meet you both. Make out.
Right. Feel free to make out with each other.
Pretty much how it was.
I always just hold out hope that he's going to,
Oh, no. No,
Actually, get her to make out with her? Me too.
Hope.
Look, if I make it to 70... I'm going to be 70 years old.
Look, don't get
Daniela's
crazy.
boobs are going to be down to her knees.
Oh, you've never heard of surgery?
All right, good call.
Yeah, she's making money.
I'm still going to be trying to get her to make out with Kate.
Kate died 3 years ago. I
know. So it's not even weird.
Right, yeah.
I have her skull right here.
I kept her skull. I kept her dentures.
Let me take mine out. I'll put hers in.
Yeah.
Then it's a three-way.
It'll be the same. It's
a three-way.
I'm glad, like, my observation is that what has changed about the BN?
Okay, and what have you observed?
I have observed that it does smell better.
It does smell better.
Yeah, so...
That's right. That's a win for us, right? Okay.
It's a win for everyone, yeah.
That's true.
And the furniture is nicer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
Okay.
That's it.
Those are all the nice things.
Well, we brought in Beardy. That's
I'm new. Yeah.
Yeah, I've admired you on Facebook for a long time.
Oh, how about that?
Hey.
Wow.
So you're saying
So I'm
there's
glad
a
to
chance.
finally meet you.
I've got that going for me.
Yeah, you do.
His wife has big boobs too. Maybe we can get her to come down. And
She is also a 34 double D.
There you go.
Boob twins.
God bless them.
we should get all three of them to boob off. Kate,
Oh,
that's a
yeah.
four-way boob
Oh,
off.
wow.
That's 8 boobs.
boobs.
Battle of the boobs in
But
here.
Justin told me the whole story about you and your wife and, the BN and everything, but he did not mention the boobs, which is weird.
Listen, I can't tell you everything. So you just have to figure out for yourself. Later on tonight, we're having a swingers party at my house.
He's probably just trying to show Candy a little extra respect because she took care of him on the cruise and put his drunk ass to bed.
She did. She even kissed me goodnight. She was so nice. I made her. I was like, you have to walk me to my room. You have to put me on the bed. You have to kiss me on the cheek. Kiss the cheek.
By the way, he wasn't drinking at all. He was just fucking with it.
And it was 9 a.m.
So what's the whole cruise thing?
So the Labruski cruise that we went on, we got invited to do this thing, and basically it's like it was a beer and jam bands cruise, and it was a great time.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Kind of a shit show. I mean,
super shit show.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, us, not the cruise people did fine.
Oh, the cruise people did amazing.
We just went for it. Karaoke every night.
Yeah.
We do great karaoke, Daniela.
We do it so good that they actually shut down karaoke.
They shut down karaoke, yes.
Because there's nobody better that can follow up after us.
Because we hauled and oatsed better than they could handle.
Of course we did.
We sang all of the Hall & Oates hits over the 4 nights on board.
Yeah.
3 nights.
Both of them.
Nights.
I wish I was there.
That was a good time.
It was really awesome.
Yeah.
I had a great time, and we didn't really have to do a whole lot, which is even better.
Yeah, we were there
so
just
kind of like a vacation.
Yeah, they just want us to be there drinking.
Yeah.
Which it's kind of always why. That's why I started the Brewing Network.
I know. I remember.
Yeah.
She was there.
I'm burnt out with all this work bullshit. But the crew, this is why I started the thing.
Oh.
So I felt rejuvenated.
After 10 years, shit finally paid off.
Right. So it was cool. It was a good cruise, and I hope they do it again. I'm not sure they'll invite us back.
You think?
Yeah. This wasn't their first year doing it, I don't think.
Well, we did offend the karaoke people. They shut it down one night because of us. But then I went and talked him off the ledge. They got really upset, and I went and was like, "Hey, guys."
Well, apparently they do the karaoke for like the Monsters of Jam Rock or what they do. Right. That's
Monsters
like
of Jam
thing.
Rock. It's the joint rolling cruise.
They were schmoosh mags.
And
they were kind of douchey.
But I talked, so they shut it down. They're like, "Everybody out! It's ridiculous! You guys, fuck you!"
Yeah.
And I was drunk, and I went over and I was like, "Hey guys, relax. You're doing a great job. You're making people happy." And
oh my god!
I gave him so much bullshit.
Why did nobody stop him?
Because you know what happened after I gave him all that bullshit? They fired up karaoke again.
No, they did.
They did. They started it back up.
They were like, "You know what, brother? You're right,
brother.
Hey, brother.
Macho man, karaoke.
We're gonna do 6 more songs." So we did karaoke every night. We ate food. We drank a lot. We casinoed a little.
We did casino. We shut the casino down on the last night.
We did. Yeah.
They literally pulled the plug on the machine that we were putting quarters in.
Yes, exactly. The lights went off.
Go to a casino that only we can shut down a goddamn machine.
And I feel like they should have been open all night.
The fucking janitor walked by and he just pulled the plug and walked away.
Is that going to happen to me in Las Vegas tomorrow? Because I'm going to Las Vegas.
I know. No, it won't happen there. I mean, unless you act like us, it should be fine.
Okay, I'm going to try to shut down a casino tomorrow.
Shut down the 24-hour casino.
Yeah.
We're going to go together. We're going to play some blackjack.
Are you still convinced that you want to go?
Yeah, I got my flight. Well, he told me it was cool.
Here's the thing. I told him. So I told him, okay, we're going to come to the Bay. We're going to stay here for a few days.
Yeah.
We're going to we're going to come into your bar and we're going to
pretend that
check
we're
out
friends.
the BN.
Right, yeah.
But then we're leaving for Las Vegas. And he said, oh, great, we're going to Vegas. And I said,
he invited himself.
Yeah.
She's so full of shit. That's not how it happened. She practically
I believe her.
That sounds right.
I believe you.
To go to. She was
How did it sound? Tell me what she said.
She said, Flo and I are going to Las Vegas.
Period.
Right.
I'm sorry, Danielle. He has a point.
Yeah.
That's pretty much
Begging.
it. Yes.
And I was like, oh, this poor girl. She can't even express her feelings. After all these years, she still can't say, Justin, will you please just come to Vegas?
Come hang out. It'd be amazing.
I need you there for old time's sake.
If I had a viola, I would play it right now.
I didn't get a room, though. It's cool. I stay in your room, right?
They were all full. I think the hotel was full.
Every room in Vegas is full. There's a convention or something.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
big convention.
Yeah. Except at the
You're not going to put me out on the street.
I told you that I'm going home tomorrow.
Flo, you're not going to let her put me out on the street, are you?
I will be in Las Vegas tomorrow, so fine.
Every room sold out except the Circus, and he hates clowns. So.
There you go.
Right?
She's been begging me for months.
It sounds like it.
Does sound like it.
And that's the thing about her. She will never understand.
I know.
She'll never come to terms with what she wants to. The thing she doesn't want it.
I know. And you know,
she'll never say it.
Someone's going to have to tell her husband.
What are you guys even talking about right now? Like,
how much Daniela still wants me? I think is what we're.
First of all, no, that's not a thing.
Thanks for making us have to spell it out, Bevo.
Well, you don't know that.
Thanks.
Sounds not like you guys Skype.
I didn't want to make her feel uncomfortable, Bevo, but you had to ask.
Oh, I'm sorry, Danielle.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable.
Subtle as a fart in church. But,
How uncomfortable do I look at the moment?
on a scale from American to German,
you look German.
Yeah, definitely German.
Yeah.
Again, thank you.
All right, I promised Daniela that we wouldn't go on and on, so we should wrap it up. Especially because she's about to confess her love for me again.
Well, you know, her husband's on the line. You want to talk to him?
Yeah. Let's see how that's going to go. Where's your German accent when we need it? You should have gone in the other room and called. The gay prince is Daniela's husband. Let's be honest.
Well,
let's be honest. Let's just stop lying. Let's be honest right now.
It's actually been fun. Thank you for having me on the show.
If there was a word that had bigger air quotes around it than that, I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I, for one, have been very excited to have you back on the show. I thought it would be a lot of fun. I thought the listeners would just think it's cool to hear your voice again. And I loved doing radio with you. We had a great time.
Oh, yeah, we did. And that's really on a serious note now. I love what you did with the BN. I love the Hop Grenade. And we've had a great time. And I'm really proud of you. And I'm very happy how it's worked out.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
All right,
so we're going to go back
JP.
on the bar.
I love seeing you too. Yes.
And you can always come back and have your job.
And I
kick
love
Bevo
Beardy.
out.
Wow, Beardy he's ready to boot you right out, Bevo.
Maybe Beverly and I could do it together.
Bye, Felicia.
Oh.
Okay.
Chicka, meow, meow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, now we're talking. Look at that. Window's big enough for two.
All right, leaving now.
Are you moving back to California?
Who knows what happens?
Who knows what's actively going on right now?
That's what I've always said.
Who knows what happens?
When the listeners ask, like, what about that? I go, hey, who knows what's going to happen?
You just tell them, I hate your homebrew, and as long as you try to brew, I'm not moving back.
By the way,
it's been a while.
Yeah.
By the way, I think it's time that you admit that your second place medal, your silver medal blonde ale, was really pretty much my recipe.
That's true.
I think it's time that you tell the listeners what happened.
I've been back for the first time for like 10 years, and you're going to make me lie on the radio? No, I'm not doing that shit.
I remember
won the silver medal.
because you brewed it and she like coughed over the boil or something like that, right? Right. That's what it was?
No.
Is that what he's telling you?
I think that's what it was, if I remember correctly.
It can be his recipe,
long
but
time
she
ago.
brewed it.
I do think she brewed it, but I designed the recipe.
No, I brewed it, and the only part that Justin took was converting like actual measures into weird American measures. That's what he did. So that was his part. Yeah, the medal is partly yours. Thank you for your math.
Well, the important part is getting the kilo filters into the cumulglobulins.
Which I
the hard
did.
part.
Exactly. And that's how, listen, I'm going to start homebrewing again. I'm going to get a silver medal.
I'll never be back then.
Every day I'll take a photo of it.
All right,
Send
well,
it to
you do that. Start homebrewing and try to get a silver medal. It's not that easy.
Well, I mean, you did try 5 times, but you got gold instead of the
that's
silver.
the problem.
Yes.
Gold.
I got a gold.
Yeah.
I didn't yet, but I'm going to get, but in my mind, when your athletes will go through the whole like game the next day.
Yes.
Or like racers I do that all the time. Like I've already pictured me getting a gold medal.
Oh, yeah, you
got to visualize it.
You've actualized it.
I'm visualizing it, and then I have to actualize it.
Okay, right.
Yeah. So
sorry, I'm not in therapy. I don't know words.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to go jerk off thinking about Daniela and Bevo.
I'm going to have more whiskey now, so thank you.
There's vodka here. Stop drinking all my whiskey. There's vodka right there.
All right. So, what are you guys going to do? The three of you just going to rock the end of the show and and do your thing?
Yeah.
Well, I like it. It's like the old team, the morning zoo.
I had a beer news segment, and I wasn't going to do it, and then I looked on the sponsors, and it's actually sponsored, so now I have to do it.
Have to do it. Yeah. I'm sure that Beardy's going to give you great commentary.
He always does.
Yeah.
Help me. He can't hear this, right?
All right, I think I'm coming back next week. We got a good show next week with the guys from the film Brewers by the Bay.
Oh, awesome.
It'll be my first show back in something like 6 weeks. I'm going to sit in your chair.
I'll warm it up for you.
But I'm not promising to come back after that show. I'm coming back for the show. I'm going to feel things out.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to see how we do, see how the chemistry is.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, things have changed.
You know,
things have changed.
I bet they have. I bet we're going to be a little awkward.
Warren and I are working on our timing.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Man.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Very
Wish
subtle.
us luck, Daniela.
I do.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, JP, thanks for having us back.
Hey, anytime. You guys are all welcome back here in my studio.
All right.
It'll be amazing.
See that? Oh.
All right, so you're just going to go straight to the news?
Yeah.
All right, then we're going to walk out of here.
All right, walk
Thank
out
you
of
so
here.
much.
Okay. All right, bye, Dan.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Flo.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Well, that sucked.
Yeah, I'm glad that they're finally out of here.
Yeah, they
We
can't
can
hear a
have the
single
room
word
back to
we're
ourselves.
We're going to do a little beer news, like I said, and then we're going to scram. Beer news today is brought to you by Wine and Hop Shop. Check out all their awesome things. Brew, make some wine. Do whatever you want, man. Wine and Hop Shop.
As long as it's buying wine or hops.
Well, that's true. Wrong one. Here we go. Just a couple quick stories. Nothing super exciting. Nothing too heavy. This one I thought was pretty funny. In Johnson City, Tennessee this week, 3 children, ages 9, 10, and 11, which, first of all, just wear a rubber.
First of all, Terrence.
Yeah, right. The Greens were in Tennessee. Ages 9, 10, 11 ordered a round of root beers and were served not your father's root beer. The one owned by Four Loko, the one with the booze in it. A fellow named Scotty Barnett, father of the trio of kids, said that after they were served the bottled beverages, his 9-year-old son and 11-year-old daughter each drank some. His 10-year-old daughter did not. And come on, you ordered one and you're not going to drink it?
The middle one's the smart one.
Apparently.
When you have 3 kids.
When Barnett brought up the fact that his server gave his children alcohol, the server reportedly insisted that the beverages were actually just good old-fashioned root beer. The 9-year-old wound up in a nearby hospital with some stomach pains, but was released and expected to be okay.
Wow.
Can you imagine that, Bev? You order a root beer, and Abby gets served a not your father's root beer. Starts getting all low. Get low, get low, get low.
Starts twerking in the restaurant.
Get low, get low, get low.
I had this conversation earlier with some of the staff here about how I have this deep-rooted fear that someday Abby's going to bring home a gangbanger as like a boyfriend.
Oh, you mean Jack?
Right. So this hits home on a whole another personal level. I'm scared.
There you go.
Not your father's root beer is not even good. I think the 10-year-old just liked good tasting things, and so that's why she refused it.
Yeah, I agree. Younger Americans love liquor and wine way more than previous generations. This is a little storm cloud on our craft beer lives. In fact, the 18 to 29-year-old demographic has been shifting away from beer towards spirits and wine over the last 2 decades, according to a chart shared by Barclay's William Marshall and Samuel High.
Why are they including 18 to 21 in this?
18 to well, I guess, like me, it says worldwide, maybe?
Oh.
No, it says younger Americans. 18-year-olds, yeah, I don't know. It's not legal for 18-year-olds to drink in America.
Right, they shouldn't have any preference.
Right. Well, that's just the demo, I guess, right? Okay. Man, we suck at the 18 to 20-year-old demo, but 21, we're golden.
Right.
The research shows that back in 1992 to 93, 70% of the 18 to 29-year-olds listed beer as their preferred drink. By 2012-13, that number had plunged to nearly 40%. It's a pretty big crash. At the same time, about 15% of 18 to 29-year-olds surveyed in 92-93 listed wine as their preferred drink. What 18-year-olds drinking wine? Like Cisco? And approximately 13% of that same demo listed liquor as their preferred choice. By 2012-13, those numbers increased to about 23 and 30% respectively. The share gains have been slow but very consistent, noted the Barclays analysts. Importantly, preference for liquor has increased most among 18 to 29-year-old demo, suggesting that this trend is poised to continue as more young drinkers eschew the beer and shift towards spirits.
Well, no one said millennials are smart.
No.
So.
In fact, Wine Spectator found that millennials consumed 42% of all wine drunk in the U.S. in 2015.
Wow.
42%.
42% of wine is consumed by people under
30. Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy, right?
I mean, how is it all $2 Chuck? Like what?
Maybe. Who knows?
Crazy.
BB Coastal. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Who knows? And here, this is the last one. It's a long one, though. I like it. It's pretty interesting. Fireman Capital Partners, a Boston-based private equity firm, is now the financial partner in a deal that brings Cigar City Brewing into a bullpen of craft brewers that includes Oscar Blue, Perrin Brewing of Comstock Park, Michigan, and the Utah Brewers Cooperative, which includes the Wasatch and Squatters brands. The owner of Cigar City, who is called, I think his first name is James Redner, he says, "Relax, have a beer. Nothing is changing. I'm staying put. The brewery is staying put. I still have a lot of skin in the game via ownership entity that has been created via the Oscar Blues holding company. I don't own the majority of the company anymore, but I am still very significantly invested in the future of Cigar City Brewing. Only now I have partners with the technical and operational know-how to sustain our growth." Redner, who launched the brewery in 2009, has been in discussions with Anheuser-Busch InBev about a possible deal early on, which ultimately fell through when AB failed to submit a formal offer by their self-imposed deadline. So I guess they had like a we're going to potentially suit you, but you can't talk to anybody kind of clause in their thing. And then the deadline passed and nothing happened. So apparently the Cigar City folks were like, well, fuck it.
Do you think
we're ready?
Do you think the Cigar City kind of fans view this any more favorably than if
I think so, and we talked about a couple of weeks ago. Actually, there was a Southern Tier, and someone else kind of formed a holding company, which sounds like a lot of what these people have ultimately done. And we were kind of speculating this is kind of the new norm. I think there's going to be a lot of craft brewers merging with other craft brewers. But to me, it's the same. I don't understand. Yeah. You're lobbying for buying power and shelf space. That's what AB is doing.
And no matter how the company forms, as it grows, it's going to be put under the same pressures.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's AB InBev or just a holding company that all these breweries come together to form.
And it would have been AB InBev, but AB InBev missed their deadline.
Oh, that was the reason it fell through?
That was the reason it fell through. Weird. A lot of us are really happy, says Sean Wallace, a packaging employee at Cigar City, who sipped a beer in a tasting room porch after his Monday shift. That's very blue collar. It's nice the craft beer community came together and kept us within instead of letting a bigger company like InBev buy us out. Instead of letting a bigger company buy us out.
How did the craft beer community
I don't know.
do that?
I don't know. I don't know. But also, how do you let a company buy you out?
Well, you have to sign the paperwork.
Exactly right. Yeah. So it's very passive. My shoes came untied.
Wow, they're doing a really good job spinning this.
Yeah. The marketing director of Oscar Blues, Chad Mellis, said the culture match between Cigar City and other breweries was the key to the deal. Blah, blah, blah. The sale, set to close in 60 days, would give Redner capital to expand his operation at Cigar City. Although demand for his beers has soared, he has been adverse to bank debt to grow Cigar City, which brews just over 61,000 barrels and is 100% tapped out. And that's kind of the benefit of these stupid things. You actually get money to grow.
Yeah. But next month, the parent company will sell to AB InBev, and it'll just be a back
it'll be the whole
story,
thing, yeah.
And it'll all be swept under the rug.
Right. So that's what's happening in the beer news, brought to you by Wine and Hop Shop. What's the Twitter game all about, Warren? How are we doing on that?
Well, the Twitter game was Where Is Everybody? Justin actually showed up.
Was it Where Is Everybody or Where Everybody At? Or what did you...
I typed in Where Is Everybody?
Yeah.
Because I didn't know how much accent I could put on it on Twitter.
Okay.
Because I'm really white, and so I didn't want to. I didn't want to be fronting.
No. Well, why would you want to front on your set?
Yeah.
What are you doing, Bev?
I'm thirsty.
Oh, okay.
Oh. So it's Where Is Everybody? Because the studio was empty. It was just you and me, and I'm pretty sure Bevo was here.
She was here.
I was here before you, bro.
Oh, slam.
Yeah, well, maybe. So I've got a few responses. I even have some emojis, I think.
Okay.
Or like emoticons, whatever the faces are. Like I've got a winky face.
Both of them are totally acceptable to say.
I'm new to this Twitter social media thing.
You're doing great, I think.
So the first one's from Stink Eye.
Oh.
That's his name, I guess. He says, watching the Bachelor finale. Duh.
Okay.
I guess that's on tonight. I didn't know.
All right. Watch me not write that down.
Okay. Ben the Brewer says, check Doc's trunk. I think he might have finally snapped.
Okay. Probably.
Yeah. Matt Double H says, literally anywhere else, with the winky face
That's funny.
emoticon.
Okay. Right.
Nate G says Earth. He's probably not wrong. Senor Queso Head says, in Beardy's beard. 3 exclamation points.
That's a possibility.
Yeah, he might be there.
I like that one because it's serious.
Yeah, it's probably the most likely answer.
It's probably the most likely answer.
Nick Phantom says...
Oh, shit. That guy a wrestler?
I think he's a superhero.
Okay.
Booking their next cruise and making sure that they won't be on any other... Or that there won't be any other brewcasters on the same boat.
God, I wish.
Yeah. That's a good idea. I think we should be doing that.
I came home and started looking at them immediately.
I've been getting emails with deals. So
have you?
Now's your chance to get back in that boat.
How about that cruise life?
Do you even yacht, bro?
All right, Warren, keep
Austin
going.
says they're all pulling a Justin, or worse, a Moscow.
Oh, jeez.
Too soon.
Yeah.
Too soon. Who said that?
Austin.
Oz Twins?
Let's see. Not anymore.
Right.
Rude Boy Brewing says they all died in a train wreck that is this interview.
I like the rude.
Yeah.
Well, I think they're talking about the interview with Lupe right now.
Maybe. Okay, who else? Who else?
That's it.
That's it? Well, I like Matt H.H. and Austin. I forget what they said, but I like
I think
those
Matt
two.
H.H. was Earth.
No, Matt H.H. was...
And literally anywhere else but here?
Yeah, literally anywhere else. And he said,
And
Austin, they could be pulling a Justin, or worse, a Moscow.
Lupe, which one do you like?
The Justin Loop...
no, you're Lupe.
The Justin Moscow comment.
But the literally anywhere else had a winky face emoticon.
But I feel like the literally anywhere else one is more appropriate because I would like to be literally anywhere else.
Right, that's true for even the people that showed up.
So you'd rather be like 5 feet underwater?
Yeah.
Really?
Not permanently, but yeah, like
Thanks.
swimming around and stuff.
Swimming.
Thanks, Bev. Okay, well, raise your hand if you like the Matt H.H., literally anywhere else but here. Raise your hand if you like Austin. Lupe, are you voting or are you just...
Yeah. Are you a citizen? Do you get to vote?
Let me see your ID. Hell yeah.
San Gabriel Valley.
It's just two to... There's only two to vote for.
Two to vote for.
Yeah.
You missed your chance.
Second one.
Well, your vote doesn't count because we're deadlocked. Matt H.H.
Hey!
No, actually, you know what? Matt's won a few times. Austin wins.
Wow.
Austin.
Okay.
Wow, we're just giving away.
We're giving away. I don't care. Whatever, dude.
That's unfortunate.
Before
this trophy doesn't matter now.
This trophy doesn't matter, I know.
Hold out there, Felicia.
Okay, before we get out of here, I want to tell you about Great Fermentations. If you guys are looking for Blickman products, literally don't go anywhere else. Go to greatfermentations.com. They have the largest catalog of Blickman products on the web. They have the same-day shipping on some of main items. Most vendors can take up to 3 weeks to get you your Blickman stuff, man, and that's just not cool. You order some stuff and you want it now. You want to brew with it. You want to make better beer. You want to start making better beer. Great Fermentations can help you out. And if you have any questions about it, they have top-notch customer service. They're some of the best-trained staff in using the Blickman products. So check them out if you're into the whole Blickman thing. And literally, why wouldn't you be? GreatFermentations.com. All right, Warren, I think that's it. Bev, did I do everything right?
We have one more thing.
Okay, what is
Just
it?
want to remind people about the Spring Brews Fest that is going on April the 2nd in the Todo Santos Park.
Okay.
We've got about 50 breweries lined up. I've been working my butt off getting this crap done.
50 brews.
Buy your tickets now at bnbrewfest.com. They are $40 in advance or $50 at the door.
Okay. bnbrewfest.com.
bnbrewfest.com.
And when are tickets on sale?
They're on sale now.
Oh, shit. That's amazing. I won't be here.
Where are you going to be?
There's a beer fest in Berkeley I'm going to go to. It's going to be awesome.
Rude.
It's going to be pretty cool. Sounds good, Bev. Thank you. Warren, are you ready?
Not at all. But I can go.
Sorry, go ahead, Bev.
I can't wait.
Okay.
These are my favorite part of the show.
Not at all. But go ahead. Perfect.
I believe in you, Warren. Good job.
Oh, I'm still typing what I'm going to be saying for you.
Shit.
At least someone does.
Yeah.
All right. You ready, Warren?
Sure.
All right. Here we go.
Thank you to our show sponsor, More Beer. You can get absolutely everything you need to make great beer at home by going to morebeer.com. Tim and Clint from Seven Stills in San Francisco was here getting us drunk. And Danielle stopped by to remind us of why we even started listening to the Brewing Network. Merge your love of Disneyland with your lack of engaging podcasts and go to earsuppodcast.com as JP, Terrence, Bevo, and Taryn talk about all things Disney. Go check out Moscow's Hop cartoons over at hoplifestore.com. Get on Twitter for some good beer insight and info. Follow Nate Smith at Nate Homebrew and Tasty McDole at Tasty McD. And Warren is adding to the noise over at Another Beardy. The production director on the session has been Push Eject. Today's show was loosely produced by JP. Bevo was looking over my shoulder. And your host, apparently, was JP. Be sure to find the Brewing Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Justin's in Moscow and winning.